Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Good to see y'all. All right, Ronald, you number one in here tonight. Ronald's number one. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello to you. Good to see you. Ronald, number one. Anna, number two. Hello, PG and chat. Hello, hello, hello to you, girl. Good to see you all. River Mom, hi PG. You number three, girl, number three. And number four, Jess Cribs. There she is. We see you, girl. There she is. All right. How's it going, Suzanne? Good to see you, sweetie. Patty Allen, Deputy Sheriff. Catherine, how you doing, sweetie? Robin, Beth Ann, Melody. Let me go down through here. There's Suzanne. How you doing, sweetie? Oh, that is beautiful, Suzanne. Prayers for sweet summer moon, Utah Wells. Amen. Absolutely. Hey, Pink, how you doing, sweetie? Our bucket list has holes. Good to see you. Spread the love. I'm getting down through here, you guys. Let me see. Oh, that is beautiful. I like that, Beth Ann. Absolutely. No summer, no peace, right? No summer, no peace. Oh, Solomon, how you doing, sweetie? Hello, PG. Hello, hello, hello to you. Good to see everybody. Oh, I love that, Carrie. Absolutely. Hey, hey, beautiful PG Mods chat. Good to see you all. Much love. Hey, good to see you, girl. Seeking Truth. There you are. Australia. Good to see you, sweetie. PG, much love. Hey, much love to all of you. God bless. Oh, there's Julian. How you doing, sweetie? Hello, gorgeous PG. Hey, girl, I appreciate that. God bless. Anyway, yeah, Julian, she after my heart. She called me gorgeous. I was like, wow. That touched PG's heart. Listen, you guys, there's been a lot going on, you know, and I had to be like, somebody hold me back, right? The last couple of days, just hold me back, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. PG was getting livid, right? I was getting livid. I was like, what is going on? What the heck is going on? I mean, this lady comes out, right? TikToking it, right? She's TikToking it. And she's talking about, oh, you know, we saw summer. We think it was summer. We don't know if it was summer. It could have been summer. I'm like, what? Right? Just try to ask me questions. I'll answer whatever questions I can. Oh, I got a lot of questions. I got a whole lot of questions. Right? PG had a whole lot of questions. I'm going to tell you something. Man, I don't think anything has pissed me off. I just don't think anything's pissed me off as much as this right here. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You know, this is her. Right? This is her, you guys. This is her. And I'm going to tell you, you guys know you're going to find the truth here. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I ain't even trying to sugarcoat it. Right? I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm blunt and I'm truthful. Right? And that's, you know, you get what you see here, right? That's what you get here. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like it, but a whole lot do, right? A whole lot of people do. A whole lot of people love hearing the truth. They need the truth. They want the truth. You know, they ain't had the truth in a long time, right? They ain't had it in a long time because it's like the whole fucking world just saying what you want to hear you know, instead of letting you have it the way they should be doing so you can live a better life, right? Be more fortunate in this world. But you got a whole lot of people, all they do is lie. Oh, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Hurt my feelings, right? Hurt my feelings because that makes me prosper. Tell me the truth. I like to hear the truth. You know, I can't fix things if I don't know the truth, right? If you ain't wanting to hurt my feelings, then, hey, I'm not going to learn a damn thing. I'm not going to learn nothing. I'm just going to be walking around with my head up in the air, right? More like my ass, right? More like my ass in the air. And learning nothing because nobody wants to hurt your feelings. You know, you're wearing an ugly dress because nobody wanted to hurt your feelings, right? You got a freaking booger on your nose. Nobody wanted to hurt your feelings, so 10,000 people seen it. You know, I don't know. People need to start telling the truth, right? You need to start telling the truth, and that way you save people, you know, other people a lot of embarrassment. You save people, you know, oh, you know, well, oh, your man's being rude. Your man's, you know, your man's abusing you, and he's abusing the kids, and he ain't paying no bills, and he's just, you know, giving you all kinds of problems. Oh, but girlfriend, you love him, and as long as you love him, that's all that matters. No, no, no. As long as you love him, that don't matter. That doesn't matter. What you're doing is wasting time with him. You're wasting your time. Somebody needs to tell this girl, you're wasting your damn time. You're spending a whole lot of time with somebody that's going to end up being gone anyway, when you could have been spending all that time with somebody that truly cares. Get the hell out of that relationship. Right? People need the truth. They need the truth. The truth makes you progress in the world, right? It lets you learn and move forward. Nobody's telling the truth anymore. Amen. There you go. Our bucket list has holes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'd be like, girlfriend, you need to blow your nose. And you really need to do it right now before, you know, before I end up getting sick, right? I can't handle that shit. I mean, I'm sorry, but I am, you know, a lot of people may not like PG, but one thing they do like, you know, they don't like me at first. Most people don't like me at first because I'm very blunt, you know, but I have a lot of people come back and say, hey, thank you. You know, I appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it when you said it, but I appreciate it now. You know, a lot of people, you know, at first they get offended, but then they realize, hey, you actually gave a damn. Everybody else around them didn't care, you know. Everybody else, your friends don't care. 99.9% of the people around you, they don't care. They really don't care. I mean, that's just the way it is. That one person, you know, the one person that cares, because that's the person, you know, that's the person telling you like it is, right? That's, you know, we all disliked our parents, didn't we? We all disliked our parents. Why do we dislike our parents? Because our parents told us how the hell it was, right? They told you all the stuff you didn't want to hear. But they're the ones that loved you. They're the ones that loved you the most. And they were telling you for your own good, but you didn't, you know, you weren't smart enough to know that. And actually, you probably was. You just didn't care. You just didn't care. And, you know, those are the people you should, you know, you want to keep in your life, right? Those are the people you want to keep in your life. But sad thing is, our parents get gone. You know, heaven's always needing another angel, and And we're always losing people down here, right? We're always losing people. But I'm going to tell you what. PG's going to tell you the truth tonight. On this channel, you're going to find the truth. And I'm going to tell you what I think. I think this girl right here, I think she's a moron. I really do. She wants to talk about her friend. And, oh, my friend's only 23. What's your excuse? What is your excuse? Right? What was your excuse? You said your friend don't know about summer, but you did. What is your excuse? You got this lady hanging around in a hotel room for 2 days. Then you got this lady living right next door. And you said it was late in the evening. She comes over, right? Her and her daughter. Her daughter's playing with your dog. And she's got, you know, a diaper mouth, right? She's got a diaper mouth. It's overflowing. And she tells you she ain't got social security cards. She ain't got a birth certificate. She can't even prove this kid's hers. She tells you all these things. You seen the kid. You knew what the kid looked like. You knew about Summer Wells. Why didn't you call 911? Why didn't you call law enforcement? Why didn't you have them knocking on the door? We need to talk to the lady staying here with the little girl. We need you to produce the paperwork that this is actually your child. Ma'am, if you can't prove this is your child, then we're going to have to take the child and you. And you're going to have to do a DNA to prove this is your child. Right? Because you've been telling the lady you're living with and you've been telling the lady next door that you can't even prove this is your child. That you have no birth certificate, no social security card, you have no identification whatsoever for this child and can't get some. You said you can't get it. Well, if you are the biological mother of this child, then you have to birth this child in a hospital. And when you birth a child in a hospital, there's documentation of it. You had to fill out, you had to fill out paperwork. You named her Anna, right? You named the little girl Anna. I believe it's Anna Marie Rose. You named her this, so there's got to be a birth certificate somewhere that you can get a hold of. That means you can get on the internet, you can order the birth certificate up, and when it comes, you can go to the Social Security office and you can apply for a Social Security card for the child, right? That's what you can do. Now, you didn't have this kid for 7 years. This kid has had to have seen a doctor. This child has had to see a doctor, and you have to always show documentation, right? To get medical care, to get, who's paying for it? When the kid's seeing a doctor, who's paying for it? Right? Exactly. You're not going to have a problem obtaining the paperwork. Like right now, I can obtain all the paperwork I need for my children. Right? If trust me. I have lost, important paperwork, right? I think we all have. All of us at some point have lost important paperwork. And we've had to go and birth certificates, we got to pay money, right? We got to pay money to obtain new ones. And we've all had to, freaking go to the Social Security office, right? Stand in fucking line. Right? Stand in line, get Social Security cards. Right? I mean, everybody's had to do what it takes to obtain the things they need to obtain. It's no picnic when you lose stuff, right? It's no picnic when you lose it, can't find it. Then you go get all new stuff and bam, oh crap, here's all the paperwork I thought I lost. Now you got like double stuff, right? You got the double stuff because you didn't have brains enough to, how many of us have a file cabinet in our house, right? How many of us have a file cabinet? I don't. I don't have a file cabinet, but I do. Have, I have a place where I keep important papers. Now I have a desk, right? You got a desk with a locked drawer. You keep up your paperwork and your important things in there. Safety deposit box. That's a good place to keep your important paperwork, right? You won't lose it. There's a lot of, there's a lot of places you can keep important paperwork where hey, this is where it is. This is where the important stuff is. Now they have it, Now they have it where, you got to keep you have to keep your, you got to keep your rights to bear arms. You got to keep those in a safe. Put the paperwork in the bottom of the safe, right? Where you lock up your, your best friend, Smith and Wesson, right? Do that. But I'm going to tell you something. This lady seems to have ID and everything, right? She seems to have ID and everything for herself. That man seemed to have ID and everything for himself. I mean, they were able to run a background check on him, right? Find out he had like over 60 some, violations, right? Charges on him. This is a constant person in trouble with the law. So, he was so undesirable, they wanted him the hell out of there, but they didn't care about the little girl. Oh, I ran this guy's name, and I found out he's a hardcore freaking criminal with over 60 different, things on him. And instead of calling 911 to come out here and check this stuff out, I'm going to hand you my phone, open my camera, so you can watch while I go over here and kick them all out, right? They got a little girl they can't prove theirs. We got some weirdo dude coming out of Missouri, supposedly coming out of Missouri, with tons of charges on him, right? And we got a crazy lady that can't produce any paperwork to prove the child's hers. And all we want is them to all leave because we don't care what happens to this little girl. I care about Summer Wells, and I know about Summer Wells. And I think this little girl could have been Summer Wells. But I didn't call 911 and tell them all the stuff I knew and have them come out and check into it while they were still here, right? Before they got gone, right? Oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, she really thinks she's going to build her TikTok channel off of this? All she did is pissed a lot of people off out here, right? That's all she did. All she did is pissed a whole lot of people off out here that truly do care about Summer. who truly do love Summer, who truly does want her found, brought home, and justice served. Right? That's what she did. And I happen to be one of those people. Right? I'm going to tell you something. Like I said, I've been livid for 2 days. 2 days. I've been nothing but highly, highly freaking pissed off. Yeah, she said, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, Ronald. Right. Right. I'm going to hold my peace on that. I'm going to hold my peace on the break. On the break there, Ronald. I want to hold my peace. Kit Kat bar. Oh, yeah. You don't even know. Hey, Jackie, appreciate that. Member for 16 months. All right. God bless. God bless. Girl, I appreciate that. I absolutely appreciate that. You know I do. And anyway, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to let you all listen to it. I'm going to let you guys listen to it. Yeah, this bitch blew my mind. She blew my mind. I was like, whoa. And then Don Wells didn't help it none, right? He didn't help it none.
Okay, here we go. Story time. I am so sorry that I posted those and
Oh, here we go. Story time. Story time? Bitch, I thought this was the truth. What do you mean story time? Is it just a damn story? Is it just a story for you? Is it a story or is it the truth? What is it? What is it? I'm going to tell you something. One of my mods called it hogwash. And I have to agree. I have to agree with my mod. Hogwash, right? BS. That's what I call it. BS. But they called it hogwash. And that's exactly what it is.
didn't add more context. I didn't think that they would blow up or I would have as many responses as I have. I want to make it clear, I do not want to see any fighting in the comments. No fighting. I asked a simple question.
I don't want to see no fighting. No fighting. Right? No fighting. I asked a simple question. Bitch, I think you answered your own question when you first saw this little girl. I think you answered your question when you put her out here for the rest of the world to see. Oh, so you needed everything to be validated after you didn't do what needed to be done. Why didn't you bring your ass out here when she was playing with that dog of yours? Why didn't you take some video of her playing with that dog of yours and come out here before the lady got gone and said, do you guys think this is Summer? Because she's right next door. And what should I do? What should I do? Because this lady says she ain't got a birth certificate, social security. She can't verify that it's even her child. What should we do? Right? That's what you fucking should have done. But I think you know that this kid belongs to the woman that had her. I think you know that. I think what the woman told you was, I haven't got a birth certificate or a social security card or anything because we've been traveling around. And when you're homeless like we are, people pick up your shit, run off with it, and you end up losing all your important paperwork because if you stay in one of those homeless shelter places with your child, you wake up in the morning and your damn shoes are gone if you didn't keep them on your feet. And sometimes they're gone even if you did. And we've lost all of the important paperwork. and I don't know how I'm going to pay or obtain it again. I think you knew that this is that woman's child, but you wanted to blow up a bunch of BS out here and make a big something about it when it's nothing. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Do I believe this little girl is Summer Moon Utah Wells? No. Do I believe she looks a lot like Summer? Yeah. She's a beautiful little girl. She's absolutely adorable little girl. She's pretty. She is a pretty little girl. Yeah, I sleep with the shoes on my feet too if I was in a homeless shelter. Hell yeah. You better bet your ass. You better keep everything. You better sleep on your freaking book bag, right? Your book bag better be your pillow or it'll be gone. Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's stirring the pot. You know, she's stirring the pot. I think the little girl was put up to pull the plug on the camera. I think she was put up to pull the plug on the camera, if you ask me. You know, I'm not saying that this woman and that man ain't shady people, because they are shady. And this little girl was definitely trying to pull the plug on the camera. Now, I think when she went to pull the plug on the camera, this girl right here said something. Open, you know, because the you can open the sound and you can open the voice, you know, input output. Um, you know, like for instance, you know, I can open my camera system and I can, you know, click on to where I can hear everything going on inside my home, right? I can also click and be able to talk into my house, right? I'm able, like, if if I'm outside, for instance, if I'm outside cleaning my car or whatever, and I need, you know, I need some more soap or some more paper towels or something, you know, I don't have to come all the way back in the house. I can just open, you know, the cameras up, see where one of my kids are, and then click and say, hey, so and so, could you grab some extra soap? I'm out washing the car here. Could you grab some extra soap or grab me some paper towels? And, you know, bring it out to me, right? Get in the pantry, grab some paper towels, bring them out here to me. So I can talk. I can talk to the people inside my house from, you know, my camera system. I use my phone. Okay. I think that this lady right here who had access to the neighbor's cameras, right? I think when the little girl went to pull the plug, I believe she talked to the little girl because the little girl was looking like, what? And I think she probably said, don't pull the plug on that. The sheriff's coming, right? So, you know, she let everybody inside there know that somebody's watching, right? It ain't going to do you no good to unplug the camera. People's watching. So, you know, that's what I believe was going on. So the little girl didn't pull the plug. She didn't pull the plug. She was going to. Somebody wanted her to.
Does she look like Summer? That's all. I mean, just opinions. Just give me an opinion without the rest. Okay, so the little girl and her mother came over to play with our dog, and it was getting kind of dark, and the mom just like had diarrhea of the mouth and told me that her little girl's never been in school, never been enrolled. She doesn't have a social security card or a birth certificate for her. She has no documentation or proof that that's even her child. She is 47 years old, and she claims that Anna is 7. So Summer would be 8. She would have turned 8 in February. I've been looking at pictures. I've been trying to do side by sides, but the deal is that our neighbor found them on a curb. Mom was crying, and she put them in a hotel room for 2 nights. Well, after that, she got contacted and said, our stay is up and we have nowhere to go. It was just the mom and the little girl. So she took them and let them stay in her house. And she had a contract, like, you have to look for work. You have to try to get on a social security card and get her in school. And she had all these stipulations. Well, when she came over to my house, I had, like, just the hair on the back of my neck was just standing up, because I felt like something was wrong. That, one, either that's Summer, or 2, like, that is not her child. I mean,
Oh, her hair was standing up on the back of her neck. Straight up, y'all. I was standing straight up. And she just had this feeling something wasn't right. But she doesn't call the authorities, right? She don't call CPS. She doesn't call law enforcement, right? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you now. Screw CPS, okay? What the fuck can CPS do? What can they do? I mean, these are motherfuckers that don't even show up for 2 weeks, right? I mean, you call today and they show up next month. So what the hell? Why the hell are you going to call CPS? Why are you going to do that? Why? You don't call CPS. You call 911. You say, excuse me, but there's this weird lady that's staying next door with a little girl that looks just like a missing child, Summer Moon, Utah Wells. She said that she ain't got no birth certificate, no social. She said she has no way of even proving the child's hers. I don't think it is. She's like 47. The kid's 7. You know, I mean, talk about a change of life baby, right? That's a real change of life right there. Not that it can't happen. Not that it can't happen, because it can, right? There's women 60 having kids. But, you know, what's the fucking odds? Who knows? Right? Nobody knows. I mean, it could be her kid. Right? I mean, she'd have got pregnant at 39. She'd have had the kid at the age of 40. She's 47. The kid's going on 8. Makes sense to me. I mean, but because of the woman's age and the fact she can't verify it's even her child, authorities should have been alerted. And the fact that it looks, the fact that the little girl does look like Summer Moon Utah Wells, she does look like, Summer to an extent. The point being is, I'm looking at the little girl. I do not believe she's Summer Moon Utah Wells. But I'm going to tell you something. I would have told authorities that that she does look like Summer. Which she does. That's true. That's true. I wouldn't have been lying. And I would have told them that they need to come out and they need to make sure it isn't. Because if later down the road we find out it was, well, it's not going to look good on their police department now, is it? And that would have got them off their ass, and it would have got them out there looking into it. And this is my point. My point is, I don't think it's Summer. But my point is I think this little girl needed help. I think that this little girl should have been reported to the authorities. What I'm saying is, I think that this child probably does belong to this woman. I think it is her kid. But I also think that I think she's running from Child Protective Services. I think that, they're probably after her. They're probably wanting to remove the kid because, this woman isn't a good mother. She's not taking good care of the child. She's having it around some very, you know, undesirable people who can, who can possibly end up making this child become another Summer Moon Utah Wells case, right? And I just would have needed police to get involved. I would have just needed to turn it in because it needed turning in, right? This little girl needed some help. And I would have done whatever it took to get that help out there. This girl right here, she didn't care. She cares about her fucking TikTok channel, not doing, not doing what's right for a child. And I'm going to tell you, this is the problem. This is the problem with our society today. Is you have all of these people, who do not truly care about these missing kids. They do not care about any child. This bitch don't care about this, this little girl. She doesn't care about Summer. She doesn't care about this little girl right here either. She don't care about nobody but her fucking self. And then coming out talking a bunch of shit after she done nothing. Trying to get some clout for her little TikTok channel, right? Fuck that. You had an opportunity, just like Kathy the fucking friend. You had an opportunity to help a child and you failed. You fucking failed, and you failed miserably. Don't come out here telling us about it. Don't come out here telling us shit after you fucking done nothing, right? Don't come out here telling us anything. You mother freaking stick that where the sun don't shine, because we don't want to fucking hear it. If you didn't do something, then shut up, right? Just shut the fuck up. You ain't building no channel off the back of little Summer. You're some damn TikTok fucking channel. You're not going to build it off the back of a missing little girl, Summer Moon Utah Wells, who people out here truly care about. When you didn't help another little girl in need. This little girl was in need. She's got a size 2 clothing on. Size 2. And you didn't think to get her no fucking help. You didn't think to call 911. Jesus Christ. And you let her leave with this motherfucker that's got 60 some charges on his ass. And some lady that couldn't even prove the child was hers. You let this baby leave with them. And all you had to say is, oh, we're so glad they're just gone. We're so glad they're just gone. Don't act like you care about this baby after a statement like that. I'm going to tell you something. This chick is a piece of trash. A piece of pure fucking garbage. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of garbage like her. A whole lot of fucking garbage like her. Benny Keys was the same garbage, right? Benny Keys was the same garbage. Grab a kid, grab a missing kid, Cash App, gang, gang. Talk about a missing kid. Build up your channel. He didn't care about them kids. He didn't care about them kids. He cared about his damn self. Just like this chick right here cares about herself. She don't care about no kid, or she'd got that kid some help. She didn't care about this baby, or she'd have been calling 911 as soon as that bitch went back next door that night. And she'd have had authorities out there all over that woman and that little girl, right? She didn't care. She just thought she found something to build up her TikTok channel and put her ass out here to get to do that, right? To do that. And that pisses me off. That pisses me off. I'm going to tell you, there's so many people act like they care and they don't give a damn at all, right? They don't give a damn at all. You know, I could bring up a couple other people, right? I could bring up a few other people, you know, the turd pop suckers, the bunch of turd pop suckers that like to kiss the backsides of Don and Candace Wells. Backsides, right? I could bring up a few of those that was out here acting like they really cared about Summer, right? They act like they really cared about Summer. Talking a whole lot of trash. And then all of a sudden, we find out they didn't care about Summer at all, did they? Man, they dropped Summer like a bad habit and started kissing the backsides of Don and Candace Wells' rear ends like you could never believe. They was all puckered up like freaking plungers, right? Their freaking lips look like plungers. Right? Moo over. Moo over. Right? No, you moo over. Man, you had a couple of sisters, right? You had a couple of sisters nudging each other from left to right to get on those booties, right? Two big old plunger lips. Acting like they all cared up about Summer. They didn't care up about nothing but their fucking channels. Right? That's all they gave a damn about. And that's all this chick gives a shit about. And it's all a whole lot of people care about. And if you ask me, it's damn disgusting. Absolutely freaking disgusting. I'm going to tell you something. This ain't about no click, likes, and views out here. This isn't about how many subscribers you got or how many freaking likes you got, right? I'm going to tell you right now, this out here is about really giving a damn and doing what's righteous in the sight of God Almighty, or just don't be out here. If you don't truly, Arctic, I'm bringing you up. If you don't care about these kids, you don't love these kids, don't bring your ass out here to be an advocate for them. Don't sit around and act like you're an advocate when you see something and you do nothing. You're not an advocate. You're an asshole. Just saying. Like I said, you're going to hear the fucking truth. You're going to hear the truth out of my mouth. Because, you know, personally, I don't give a shit about click, likes, and views. Never have, never will. I don't give a fuck about subscribers, and I don't give a damn about thumbs up. I don't care. What I care about is these missing kids being found. What I care about is the truth being told. Without the truth, you're not going to find them. You're not going to bring them home, and you're not going to get justice for them. Running around the bush with a bunch of bullshit isn't going to find these children. It's just going to complicate and mess things up even more of them being found wherever they are. You know, stop the dumb shit. Hey, Arctic, what's up, hon? Hello?
Mike was stuck.
I heard you for a minute. You muted yourself. You're on mute. You gotta, yeah. There, nope. There you go.
There.
You go.
I
You're
don't know
good.
why it keeps going on, but no, it's no different than any other day. You never lie. So I mean, it's no different. So yeah, give it to him.
Hey, girl, that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean,
And I'm here listening.
you don't want to give it to him? You don't want to give it to him?
Oh, you don't want me to give it to him. I'll get
Oh,
booted off.
go ahead, girlfriend. Go ahead. You got my permission. Give it to him.
I'm tired. I'm tired of it. And I view White Boy, Jay-Z, all of them. They're just tired of them backing down and Candace on the bullshit. Done. These parents need to be held accountable for what happened to Summer. Period. Done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got that right.
I'm tired of them blaming CPS. I'm tired of them blaming the neighbors. I'm tired of them blaming everybody but themselves.
How about this girl right here? What do you think about this chick that comes out on her TikTok channel and starts talking about how she thinks it's all summer and all this stuff, and then doesn't do a damn thing. She sees all kinds of shit and she said nothing.
That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me how she did not call police right away. Absolutely none. That floors me. I don't understand.
I think she's so full of fucking BS she couldn't get full of it even, I don't think she could get full of it anymore. And she wants to call that mother or so-called mother, a diarrhea mouth. But don't you think she's kind of got it? She's kind of fucking got one herself coming out here after she done nothing. I mean,
most definitely.
Don't come out. I mean, you ain't. I'm going to tell you something. I mean, I'm really trying to control my temper tonight, you guys. I mean, I could say some things. I'm going to tell you what, it would lift your hair. It would lift your hair up if I said what exactly I'd like to say. But I got
the stuff she did makes no sense. What she's doing makes absolutely no sense. None of it.
Absolutely. You know something? I don't know. I don't know what's up with this chick. I have no idea what's up with this chick. I mean, a blimmering fucking idiot, right? A blimmering fucking idiot. I mean, all she done is, I hate to say it, all she's done is got me mother freaking so livid that I can't even think straight. I mean, I do not think this little girl is Summer Moon Utah Wells. And Don Wells clarified that for me. He clarified that for me. I'm going to tell you, White Boy's a little freaking weird. He's a little weird.
He's a lot weird.
And yeah, you're right. He's a lot weird. But what I'm saying is, man, I think this dude wears a fucking skirt and high heels, if you ask me. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And for Don Wells, I think he wears a short skirt and some high heels for Don Wells. That's all I got to say. It's just really, really freaking weird, I mean, I heard the bed of Don's truck hadn't been used until White Boy showed up, right? So I don't know.
Don makes some money, PG. Don makes him money.
All I'm trying to say is, but I'm not gonna be, too upset with White Boy because, he called Don up. He did get Don Wells to talk, and Don Wells, he pretty much fucking certified exactly what I was thinking anyway. But he gave clarification and that this ain't Summer. And when he gave that clarification, it made me understand that him and Candace are guilty as motherfucking hell. Because see, when you don't know something, you're going to chase everything. Let's go back to the Sebastian Rogers case when they thought they saw Sebastian. You know, you had Seth, right? Seth, the real biological dad, saying, "Oh my gosh, let's go chase it. Let's go look." I mean, I don't know. I need somebody
He
to
drove all the way to North Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to look into this. I mean, this could be my son. Oh my God, let's do it. And then you had Katie and Chris, right? Katie and Chris in their 3 hour fucking phone call, and Katie spending the rest of the night cleaning the hell out of the house, till there couldn't be nothing left, right? I mean, they couldn't get a smell inside or outside because she was too busy, you know, doing it up with some real super good cleaning products, obviously. But the point being is, you didn't see them looking at all, did you? You didn't see them looking
Nope.
at all. See, when people already know what the hell's going down and went down, then, you know, they ain't going to be a looking. They ain't going to be a
Nope.
looking because there's no reason for them to look. You know, why waste their time when they already know the truth, right? I mean,
That's right.
I knew Summer wasn't no longer with us when the Wells were telling people where she wasn't. Well, I knew they knew where she was. I can't tell nobody where something isn't unless I know where the hell it is, right? I just can't do that.
That's
When
right.
I don't know what that, you know, if I honestly don't know what happened to the fucking keys, well, I can't tell you they ain't out there because I don't know. You got to go look. And now after I look, I still can't tell you I don't know because I might have not looked good enough. You know, how many times have we looked for something and, you know, how many times do we look in a room for something and always not there? We go look in every other damn room. We come back to that same room and find it. If it would have been, you know, if it was been a snake, it'd have bit us, right? So
That's right.
you don't know. When you don't know, you don't know. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, these people, you know, they got to know. They got to know. It's just what it is. It's what it is. And then you know, these people taking it an extra step farther. And this is what I don't like. You know, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Let's all run around the mulberry bush, right? Everybody around the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Let's all go around the mulberry bush 100 fucking times. No, it ain't happening. I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to tell you something. They all, you know, this woman looks like Rose Bly. This lady in the video, she looks like Rose Bly, and that could be Summer. Are you fucking shitting me? I need anything to try to build their channel, anything to try to make up a bunch of shit. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You know, you ain't hurt nobody but a missing little girl that needs to be found. You're hurting
Right.
Summer. You don't care if you hurt Summer. You don't care if you hurt her investigation with your fucking lies because you're too busy needing some shit to talk about on your sorry ass fucking channel that you can get you some click, likes, and views that can fucking get you a super sticker, a super chat, or, you know, maybe a Cash App, a Venmo, a PayPal, right? All you're out for is your damn self and trying to cash in on a missing little girl that needs to be found and the truth needs to be told. And you know that you're talking shit, but you don't care. Because it really isn't about these missing kids for you. It's about yourself. And it pisses me off. And that's why I don't like this true crime community out here. I don't like this true crime community because I see how much good this true crime community could do, but I see how fucking sorry and low life it is by these people.
That's because
using these
we
kids.
have criminals that are in the true crime community, PG, and that's what the difference is. We have good people mixed in with criminals. And when you get criminals that's mixed in with the true crime community, that's where you get the mix up and they screw up our true crime community. So,
Well, girl, I'm going to tell you something. Listen, you know, Now, many, many, many years ago, when I got off the ark and I found that freaking fountain of youth, and I sucked some of the water down, and I've been here now for thousands of freaking years, right? Don't you think that, living and living and living and living? I mean, we got to move around all the time to keep people from freaking finding us, like the Tuck family, right? And
Yep.
don't you think a few times that uh, and all those years off the ark, don't you think that I probably had to be a little criminal here or there also? I mean, you can't always dodge the law, right? When you're here for that many years, walking upon this earth, have to live every day.
That's not what I mean. Did you come from prison?
Well, they probably called it prison back then. I mean, it wasn't nothing, back then it wasn't nothing but, a fucking outhouse with some bars on it instead of, a door, right? You had to
Well,
sit there.
right. But I mean, there's a difference between having had committed crimes back then and continuing to commit crimes, and then getting on the internet and continuing to commit crimes and collecting money off committing those crimes. Okay. There's a
Listen,
difference.
here's my thing. No, 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 I haven't. I haven't. I'm not a prisoner. I haven't ever been to prison. I haven't ever been to prison. I probably could have got there. The cesspool of hell that I was in, it wouldn't have been too hard to do, but luckily God let me escape all of that, right? Turn into a better person I am today, and I'm grateful. But what I'm trying to say is I have seen prisoners. I have talked to a lot of prisoners. I have talked to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people in this life that, that a lot of people would say, oh, they're very undesirable. But I'm going to tell you something. I've talked to a lot of prisoners that truly give a fuck about children. They really care about children. They care about children. They care about old people. They care about their mama.
Yes.
They ain't
Yes.
trying to slap their mama. And if somebody did, well, they'd be doing 2 life sentences instead of 1, right? What I'm
Correct.
trying to
Correct.
say is, you know, sometimes I think there's better people locked up in prison than there are out here
Out
in the
here.
world.
Yep.
And the point being is, either you have a heart or you don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, we're one race. We're called a human race. And I don't care, I don't care what your background is, what you did in the past don't define who you are today. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, there is people in this human race, there are people who truly have a heart, who truly care, who are loving, kind, giving. They really do give a crap about everything, especially kids,
Mm-hmm.
especially how our world's going and what's going on in our world. They truly care. And then you have a whole lot of evil people who don't give a damn. I mean, you have a lot of people, that's their dog eat dog. They,
Right.
they're just out for themselves and screw everybody else. And that
Right.
is disgusting. And the sad thing is these people don't care about children. They don't care about teens. They don't care about young adults. They don't care about middle-aged people, and they don't care about old people. They don't give a damn about nobody. I mean, to the point that you would think they don't even give a damn about their self, but their self is the only one they give a damn about. These people have no friends. They will befriend you, but they won't ever be your friend. They're just out to use you up and do what they can do with you and dump you wherever you can be dumped. They have,
Yeah.
when I'm saying there's no honor, there's no trust, there's no any of these things amongst these people. These people are fucking evil. They need to check themselves because God's going to be checking them one day. And I tell you what, when God checks them and they ain't checking themselves, they're probably going to end up in the Hades down there. You
Oh, yeah.
know, there's a hell to
Yep.
shun and a heaven to gain on this earth. And you ain't, if you don't have mercy, you ain't going to obtain it. If you don't have kindness, love, and caring, you're not going to obtain it. I'm going to tell you, do I think this little girl, Summer? No. I think Summer, I'm just going to put it clear. I think Summer passed away on June 15th, 2021.
Yeah.
I don't think Summer's with us anymore. And the Wells, in my opinion, the Wells fucking know it. They know it. They're the ones who planned it, carried it out, and had it all done, if you ask me. I do not believe this little girl is Summer whatsoever, but I do believe she needed help. And she didn't get it. She did not get it. And that really upsets me because you know what? I don't love Summer no more than I love this little girl. And I don't love this little girl no more than I love Summer. I love all these kids. I love every kid in the world, man. And I don't like nothing bad ever being done to a child. That's disgusting.
Amen.
And and any fucking adult that don't report this shit, you are disgusting.
Amen.
That's just the way it is.
That was the first thing I couldn't understand about it was, okay, they find out this guy's got this huge past and they don't call law enforcement. And that was just my first question. I didn't understand that. I'm like, okay, he's got this huge record and this little girl, you're looking at her and you don't call law enforcement.
Right.
I mean,
right.
make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm on the same page with you. I'm standing on the same page.
You could sleep on my porch. You could sleep on my porch, but right? I'm not going to protect this little girl.
Because I'm too busy protecting myself. Right. I mean, you're going to, you could sleep on the porch like this bitch ain't going to get up and let him in if she wants to. Right.
Exactly.
The only way to stay safe from them, here's what I would have said. I just said, look, if you had this man come all the way here to pick you up, then why are you asking me if he can stay?
Right.
I mean, you and your daughter was welcomed here. But here's my thing. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, yeah, I'm a shiesty bitch. I am a shiesty little fucking bitch. Don't underestimate me. That would be some, that don't underestimate PG. That's all I got to tell people. Do not underestimate me. I'm going to tell you right now, when I found out that son of a bitch had over 60 some things on his ass, the lady next door ain't getting. She's not getting to open my camera up to watch me go and make them leave. I'm going to go and I'm going to make these motherfuckers comfortable as hell until law enforcement can get there.
Amen.
I'm going to go over there. You know what I tell that lady next door? I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make these motherfuckers a full course dinner with goddamn dessert. And while I'm making up all this motherfucking dinner and I'm making up this dessert, you make sure that you get law enforcement's ass at that door.
Yep.
Fuck opening my camera because I'm about to make these people feel like they are so welcome. I'm going to make this motherfucker feel like he's going to be welcomed in my house at the dinner table every single day. And he can sleep on the sofa because as soon as law enforcement pulls up, his ass, I got a feeling his ass gone any fucking way. And they're going to check this baby and they're going to check this woman. And we're going to get to the bottom of what the hell really is going on. And I'm going to tell you what. No. Because you know what? I don't give a damn about me. What I give a shit about is that little girl and saving that little girl. And I will make people feel very welcomed in order to entrap their ass and get law enforcement there to help that child. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
they're just worried about saving their own asses. That's all they was worried about. Let's listen, because it makes me sick when I do.
How come you can't get documentation to get her in school? Like all these red flags, they don't let her around technology, any kind of technology. What she was doing in that one is the man, he showed up. Okay, this is getting all over the place. The man shows up from like Missouri and says, and she's like, my boyfriend's in town for a couple days. Can he come stay here? And the neighbor said, yeah, but he has to stay on the front porch. He can't like stay inside. Well, obviously it was daytime during when you guys saw the man in the house. That is not her father. That is her mom's on and off again boyfriend. And after doing some digging, we found out he had 60 plus charges on his criminal history, just that we could find. So right when I told my neighbor about that, she gives me the login for her camera in her house while she tells them that it's time to go, because she found this and she started saying off all the charges. And those videos are when they started packing and trying to get out of the house, because they were told a sheriff is going to come and they didn't want that. After they left, I told the neighbor, my neighbor's young, she's 23. I told her, does she not look like Summer Wells? And she said, who's Summer Wells? And I said, oh my gosh, Google that. And she's like, oh my God, like I can see the resemblance. Like she does look like Summer. But she had no idea about Summer Wells. See, she's young. Like Summer went missing in 2021. So, I go back over there and we call CPS in 2 different states. I don't want to tell exactly where I'm at right now, but we called in 2 different states, this state and the state that she said she's running from, which is a whole other story. If y'all have questions, I guess ask them, and then I can try to get back to y'all got as much as I can. So, gosh, this is a mess. This obviously wasn't planned out. I don't know if that's Summer. I have a bad feeling either way. She's probably not the woman's that you see, and I just don't think so. So yeah, we called the authorities in 2 different states. We called the sheriff here. We called they called the sheriff in the town next to us where they were left, and they're looking. CPS is on it in 2 different states. The footage.
CPS is on it in 2 different states. CPS? Are you fucking kidding me? CPS? I'm gonna just don't see, this ain't making no sense. Law enforcement's the ones that's supposed to be on it, not CPS. That's Child Protective Services. They're not law enforcement. Child Protective Services can't do they can't even come in until law enforcement finds the people and presents them, right? And CPS can't even, they don't even, you call law enforcement, and then law enforcement's the ones that call and have a caseworker show up. Now, if the caseworker don't show up at the house where law enforcement's at, a lot of times they do, sometimes they don't, but then they'll show up at the police headquarters, right? The law will pick the woman up, the little girl and the woman, and they'll take them down to the station, and then law enforcement gets hold of CPS, and then they figure out if this kid belongs to the woman or not, if they're wanted, where they come from, if they have an open case, if what she's running from. And, and then they take in consideration, she's got this man coming out of Missouri with this, huge record, right? This huge record and she's going to have the child around someone like this. What I'm saying is they open a case. And they do what's best for this little girl, right? But they don't do anything until law enforcement gets involved first. And I mean, she's not making no sense, right? She's calling fucking child protective services and getting case numbers instead of law enforcement. Oh, are you kidding me?
We downloaded from her camera system so we could send it to CPS. So CPS has all the footage that I sent, that I put on TikTok. The sheriffs and CPS do. This was just a fluke deal. My neighbor was just trying to be nice and be a good Samaritan, and I guess she got crapped on and taken advantage of, and we're glad that they're gone, but we are worried about Anna, and we did make sure that the proper.
But we are worried about Anna. No, you're fucking not. We're glad they're gone. That's the key word right there, lady. You're glad they're gone. You did not care about this little girl, because if you cared about this little girl, you would have gotten her help before they got gone. You'd have got her some help. You didn't give a damn about this little girl. You didn't give a damn about anything, except your little TikTok bullshit that you felt that, your lack of compassion, your lack of freaking mercy, your lack of freaking caring, your lack of every damn thing. All of a sudden you thought that it would be a great TikTok thing to build your channel. And so you brought it out there. And you done nothing. You done nothing. Don't come out here and act like you cared, because you didn't. You had an opportunity to help this child, and you fucking didn't. And that shows all of us what kind of human you are. It shows us all what kind of human you are. You don't give a damn. Stop saying you do. Stop it. You seen something and you said nothing. You said nothing till it was too late.
Authorities were contacted, and I mean, in every which way. We got together, we've got case reference numbers, we've got everything. So we're hoping that they'll let us know if they find her. I don't know if they would or not, but if they do, like, I'm totally gonna let you guys know what's up. Either maybe it is Summer, or she's a kidnapped little girl and she needs to be with people who love her. She needs to be in school, and she's never been enrolled. She's not homeschooled. It's totally red flags everywhere. I hope I kind of answered all the questions. I'm not sure. If you have any more, just ask and I'll answer to the best of my ability. It is also worth noting that the little girl has number 2 accidents in her underwear. The neighbors found several pairs under the trash can. Of course, she didn't want to get in trouble. But with that man around and sexual abuse and how that's tied with poopy accidents, I don't really think a 7-year-old should be having accidents like that. Also, she could have been trying to deter her abuser, which I would assume that man's probably no good. So.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She really? Really? Now she's talking about the little girl hiding, dysenteried clothes so she couldn't get in trouble. And, and this has to do with, some sinister stuff that goes on. And, and you don't think to report this. You don't think to call, you just let this child be pulled out there with this weirdo. And God only knows where they're at now, right? Wow.
Anyway, that is worth noting. There's some other stuff that I'm forgetting, like really key red flags, but I will try to let you guys know. Oh yeah, they call her stupid because she can't read. Well, how do they expect her to read if she's never been in school? It's horrible.
Yeah. And did you say that to the woman? Did you say that? Well, you call her stupid because she can't read? Well, she can't read because you haven't sent her to school. You haven't spent time enough with her to teach her to read. A child is only as good as the parent. A child is only as good as a parent. Let me say that again. A child is only as good as the parent. If the parent isn't good enough to teach their child, educated enough to teach their child to read and to write and to do math and to do all these things, then it ain't the child's fault that it can do nothing. It's the freaking parent's fault. You're a shitty fucking parent if you're not educating your children. If you do not educate your children to become something in the future in order to take care of themselves, if you do not teach your children that they must be able to take care of themselves before they can take care of others. I would have told that lady, don't call her stupid. You're the stupid one. You have 40 fucking years to get your life in order to be able to take care of someone else. And you failed. You failed because you are freaking homeless right now with your daughter. 40 damn years before you had her. And you couldn't get your shit straight enough to be able to take care of another human being that you brought into this world. And you ain't able to educate her as well. And you're calling her stupid? I think the stupid one here is your fucking ass, woman. You need to check yourself. And right there's law enforcement, because they're going to check your ass. They're going to find out if you're even the kid's mother right now. I haven't ever seen anything like you and hope I don't see nothing like you ever again, right? I'd have had no problem confronting that bitch. I'd have had no problem telling her you ain't taking that kid nowhere. Prove it's yours. When law enforcement gets here, he'll decide whose child it is. Until then, you ain't doing nothing. But you didn't have that much ass because you're a coward, your girlfriend was a coward, and you didn't save this baby. Right? You didn't save her. I don't even think Benny Keys is that big a piece of shit. I think Benny Keys would have stepped up for the kid. I think he would have made sure law enforcement got there. And stuff. I mean, I think he would have had enough ass to step up for this kid. You didn't, and your girlfriend didn't either. Bullshit. And I'm going to tell you something. I would have had law enforcement out there because these people, they was about to unhook that. They had this kid about to pull the plug on that camera. That's what she was doing. That guy or her mother, and I believe it was the guy, because he's looking between the refrigerator over there. He's looking to see if she's getting it done. I believe it was the guy having her pull the plug on the camera. That tells me these motherfreakers are dangerous. And it tells me they know the outlay of the house now, and they know exactly where that camera plug is as well. They may come back. You think you got rid of somebody? Well, you may not have, right? You may not have. If I was that 23-year-old girl, my ass would be staying somewhere else or having someone stay with me, because I'm telling you, those people could come back. They're dangerous.
The video of the man spanking the little girl has since been deleted. Somebody reported it. I'm going to try to answer the question on why nothing was done sooner before they left, and it's because the neighbor and I really didn't even know each other at all until now. She came over, it raised alarm bells. I was trying to investigate, and the neighbor finally came over and talked to me. Anyway, I'm the one who found the charges. I know the man's name and the woman's name that the little girl is traveling with, and I did a background check and I sent it to her. And she immediately kicked him out. And like I said, she had no idea who Summer was. She saw that little girl and she wanted to help. And also, another thing worth noting, she was wearing size 2T clothes when my neighbor found her.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Good morning, everybody. I just kind of woke up and I called TBI and they have all the information.
Good morning, everybody. I just woke up. I called Child Protective Services, right? In 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 states. And I told them, hey, watch my TikTok. Watch my TikTok channel. It's all the videos are there on my TikTok channels. Right? I made like 10 videos of all of this. I really stretched it out, TikToking the hell out of it. So I would build everything up. But this morning I called TBI. Days later, I called TBI. I finally got around to calling law enforcement. Right? That's why I say that this is BS. It's BS. And this is no way to build your TikTok channel. This is no way to build any channel. Right? Being a complete failure and helping a child in need. And then you want people to understand that you're a total fuck up. You're a total fuck up. And we should all excuse that. I can't excuse it. I can't excuse it, you guys. There's no excuse for it. None. You plainly heard her. She's backpedaling. She's backpedaling. You plainly heard her say that the mother and the little girl was over at her house and the little girl was playing with her freaking dog. Right? It was in the evening. It was in the evening. They came over to her house. The little girl's playing with her dog. She's got 2 fucking eyes. She's able to look. She said the woman had diarrhea of the mouth, telling everything, right? Telling that I ain't got no birth certificate, social security card. I ain't got nothing. I can't even prove the kid's mine. And she does nothing. Does she go in her house afterwards and call and report this freaking weird, strange ass lady running around with a kid that she herself is saying, I can't prove it's even mine? Right? Does she go and report it? Does she get any help for it? No. Did she call even CPS at that time? No. She done nothing. She done nothing until after they was gone. And she started thinking this could build my TikTok channel. Let me do it. This ain't about this little girl. It ain't about Summer. It's about her and her bullshit. Right? Her bullshit. And I don't want to hear no more of it. I don't want to hear no more of it. I really don't. I mean, when you're that big of a fuck up, I ain't got nothing for you. Nothing for you. Unbelievable. But this little girl looks a whole lot like Summer. Beautiful child. Beautiful little girl. A beautiful little girl who needed a lot of help. Right? This little girl's getting she's not getting no decent clothes or food or shelter. She's not getting no education. This woman's dragging her around with, very undesirable people. She's probably undesirable herself. And nobody helped this baby. Nobody helped her. Nobody cared. They didn't care. Didn't help her. That's the way things are. Summer's eyes, Summer's eyes are different. Her eyes are different than that little girl's. That little girl's eyes are more rounded, more, round. Summer's got, the kind of, slant of the eyes. Um, you know, she's got her eyes are different than the little girl's eyes. Summer's chin is also shaped different, and her mouth is, Summer's mouth is a little bit wider than this little girl's mouth is. You know, it's not summer. It's not summer,
So,
you guys.
Summer's cheeks aren't as blushed as the little girl's either.
Well, the little girl was being put up to do something really sinister, and you know, and she probably was, embarrassed and ashamed and, worried all at the same time. So she would be turned flush like that.
Yeah, that could
You
be.
know, that happens. But, you know, you don't get me wrong, you guys. That little girl's beautiful and she needs to be found and she needs someone to help. They need to find this little girl and they need to, get her help. Definitely get her help. Get her away from that lady and that man. But, you know, and this is just my opinion, it's my opinion. But I think Summer's prettier. I think Summer's prettier than that little girl, to be honest with you. I just think she's prettier. I think Summer has prettier eyes. And I think Summer, I just think Summer's prettier. The little girl looks a lot like Summer, but Summer is, Summer's prettier than that. Just my opinion. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but that is my opinion. As you can see,
That
you
that
see
little girl's hair.
the little
Her
girl's
hair's more yellow.
the little girl's eyes are definitely, they're not shaped. Summer's eyes are totally shaped different than this little girl's. Summer's
Yeah.
mouth. See how Summer's mouth is wide, is way wider than this little girl.
Yeah.
And Summer's got those high cheekbones. This little girl has kind of the flat
Yeah.
cheek, the cheeks. And Summer has what they call high cheekbones, the structure. Summer just was really, she was model material. I'm telling you, her facial structure was, you know, more perfect, if you ask me. I mean,
Little girl's little girl's got a bigger forehead too.
um, well, her hairline goes back further. Her hairline,
Yeah.
the little girl's hairline, goes back a little farther than Summer's does. Uh, Summer's hair seemed to come. She had that nice. Um, Summer had that nice straight in the front of her head. She had that nice straight hairline that ain't receding. It's not receding. This little girl has like a receding hairline. At the top of her forehead, it's still receding where you can see Summer's don't. Summer has hair all the way down, a thick hairline across the front of her head. This little girl does not have it. She also doesn't have. Summer's got eyebrows. If you look, Summer's got the eyebrows there, and this little girl, it looks like she ain't got none at all because they're as blonde as her hair is, so you can't really see them. Summer was she had a little bit darker. Her eyebrows were a little bit darker than her hair was, and to where it looked like she had eyebrows. It's not, it's not. That's not Summer. That's for sure.
No,
But
and look at her hair, because if you look at the roots of her hair, the roots of her hair are a little bit darker, and then her hair as it goes out comes more golden. But Summer's hair is more towards like a whitish blonde. This
um,
little girl is more of a golden.
Summer had really light hair younger,
See?
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring Summer. These are younger pictures of Summer, bringing her up to, I went back and I'm bringing Summer up to, when she disappeared. So, as we get older, Summer's pictures get older. You know,
She has
Summer
more of a
was
whitish.
she was, more of a blonde, um, you know, than this other little girl. But as you can see, as Summer started to get a little older, her hair started to turn a little bit the color of this child's hair as well as she was getting older. You can see the dark in with Summer's hair there. Now this is a generated picture. This is, a generated picture of Summer. Um,
Yeah, but even that one doesn't look anything like the little girl.
no, no. This is Summer. This is Summer before she came up missing. And and this is exactly why, you know, I mean, I ain't buying into, I'm not buying into, I don't believe this could be Summer at all, this little girl here.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
And the main, and the main reasons are that look at Summer. Look at Summer right before she came up missing, you guys. Look at her. This is why. This is why Summer had to come up missing. This right there is why. Because Summer was sick. There was something wrong that Don and Candace felt they could not. They could not get Summer help. And they felt because they would go to prison. They were going to prison. They felt they were going to prison either way. You know, if they, regardless, they were going to prison, right? Summer had to disappear and they had to take the risk. They had to take the risk because if they took her to a hospital, they were definitely going to prison, in my opinion, right? They were definitely going to
Agreed.
prison. Look at her. If we
Yep.
go and get her help, Candace, we're definitely going to fucking prison. Now, we might go to prison if she disappears. We might. And I'd rather take the might, right? Which one would you rather gamble with? Which one would you rather gamble with if it was straight fucking prison either way? Which one would you rather gamble with? Would you rather gamble with taking her to a hospital and ending up in prison for sure? Or would you take the gamble of, now we're not talking about, you know, We're not talking about bona fide Christians here, people. We're not talking about, people that are afraid to end up in Hades for doing evil things. We're not talking about people who, got a heaven to win and a hell to shun. We're not talking about people who, you know, I know God will get me. I'm type people, right? We're not talking about people that, because if they were that kind of people, this little girl wouldn't look like this in the first place, right? If Don and Candace Wells and Grandis were bona fide Christians, people that can't lie, people that, have to do what's righteous, Summer wouldn't be looking like this to begin with. These are evil fucking monsters that care about nothing but themselves. That's what we're dealing with. And these evil monsters did this to this child. Look at her. Look at Summer. They did this to this child. Yes, that's my opinion. And I'll freaking keep it. I'm telling you, they had to get rid of Summer or their asses would be going to prison. And they did, in my opinion. They did on the milk jugs. They did. And I'm going to tell you now, Summer is no longer with us. And that's why Don can come on to White Boys and Don Wells can proudly say, this isn't Summer. Because he knows it's not. Don Wells knows it's not. And him and Candace ain't going to be making phone calls. They're not going to be chasing stuff. Because they already fucking know what happened. Hell, they were the fuckers that planned it, carried it out, and made sure it got done. And that is my opinion. I'm telling you now, that was all planned. Don Wells fired his co-worker to blame it on because it was going down on June 15th, 2021. And Don and Candace knows that this is not Summer because Summer's no longer with us, y'all. Summer is in heaven. God already has Summer. Summer's up in heaven. Summer done met our maker. She's already where we want to be. The only way you're going to see Summer is if the good Lord calls your number and you get there too. Then you'll see her. But you ain't seeing her in that picture of that other little girl. I don't know who the other little girl is. I don't know who she is. If the woman says it's her daughter, it probably is. She's a shit fucking mom. She's a shit mom. She's had 40 fucking years. She's had 40 fucking years to work and buy a home and furnish it. She's had 40 years to put money in a bank to take care of somebody else. And instead of working and building everything to take care of this little girl, the bitch lost it all, right? The only thing she was obviously building is a highway to hell, right? And now she's got this little girl on it, trying to drag her down it too. And nobody cared enough to get the little girl off of it. Nobody cared enough. It's just how it is. And like I said, I didn't come in here. I don't sugarcoat anything. You guys. And I don't sugarcoat anything because you know what? I was just picked to run this channel for Summer. That's all it is. I didn't start this channel. God Almighty started this channel for Summer and other missing kids. Not PG. PG was just picked to run it. And I do. And it ain't for no clicks. It ain't for no likes. It ain't for no views. I do it for the truth. I do it to keep people from going around the mulberry bush 100 times and messing up a child's case worse than it already is. I come out here and I call the truth out because these children need the truth. These children need help. These children need to be found and justice served. And this little girl needs to be found now too. This little girl needs to be found. And she needs to be helped. And I pray to God that God lets this baby be found. I pray that He allows her to get the help that Summer didn't. I do pray for this child. Because I'm going to tell you what, I would have helped her. I'd have told that bitch, you can't even prove she's yours. You're not taking her nowhere. Law enforcement's coming. And she's going to stay here until they do. Now, you want her to go through me to get her. Let's see you do that. Let's see you do that little thing. Let's go for it. Because that baby wouldn't have been going nowhere. She'd have been going nowhere. And I don't give a fuck if that man was there too. I'd have told him, bring your big ass on with it. Right? Hold on a minute. Let me call a squad. Better get a squad here too, because they're going to need it. Right? Police ain't going to be enough now. If you're going to try to come at me, you better make sure a squad's coming.
That's right.
I don't play no shit. And I don't put up with mother freaking child abusers.
No, none of us do that are in this channel. We don't put up with that shit at all.
I don't put up with that shit. I tell you what. I see a child needing to be out of your custody because of abuse. And I'll mother freaking take it out of your custody until police get there.
Damn right. Amen to that.
And that's the truth. You are not going to sit there and abuse the hell out of a child in front of me. That ain't going to happen. It isn't going to happen. I'm going to get that child help. I don't care. People need to start stepping up. I'm going to tell you, evil cannot do anything that righteous people don't allow it to do. It can only do what you allow it to do. People can only do what you allow them to do. When people do bad things, don't blame them, blame yourself for allowing it. Look up and say, Lord, forgive me for letting them do it. Forgive me for not having the courage to do what needed to be done. Forgive me for being an idiot. I'm the one needing forgiveness. Because God gave me everything I need to deter evil. And if I'm not using it, well, that's on me. If I'm inviting it around, that's on me. If I keep putting up with it, that's on me. The faster people understand this, the better off you will be. Don't blame them. Blame yourself. Weak people, well, weak people get messed up, right? Weak people get messed up. And then they want to cry. They want to cry. Oh, they were bad people. They used me and they abused me. Well, you let them, right? You let them. What you crying about? And hey, that shit goes for PG too. I've been there. I've been there.
Right.
I've been around a lot of fucked up people. I don't blame them. I blame myself. I say, damn, I'm the one. I'm the one that needed to check myself, ask myself why I'm so damn stupid that I would allow these people to do such evil things, right? What I should have and could have and wished I would have, well, it's too late, right? Wish in one hand, crap in the other, and see which one's full. Hey, thank you, PG, for all you do. Love you. Hey, girl, seeking truth. I appreciate it. God bless. God bless. I appreciate that. I really do. Amen. But yeah, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I put up with a lot. How do you think I got so, you know, how do you think I got so freaking informed? Right?
You live
I
and you
mean,
learn.
hey, girl, I'm going to tell you something. I was one of those mother freakers that had to go 90 down the road, right, and hit the wall. For real.
Learn,
I
learn
ain't
the hard
ashamed to
way,
say it.
right?
I ain't ashamed to say it. You know, that's just who I was. You couldn't tell PG nothing. I'm going to tell you, I learned everything the damn hard way.
That's called radical acceptance.
And I I wish somebody would have told me. I wish somebody would have informed me of all of this earlier. Right? I wish I'd have knew
Right,
sooner.
right.
That's why I come out here. I share it with all of you. I share it with all of
Right.
you because I don't want you to go through what I did. And I don't want you to keep going through it. If you are, I don't want you to keep going through it. I
And
want
that's
you to
exactly
open
why I
your
do what I
eyes.
do.
Right. I want you to open your eyes. I want you to, stand fast against this evil and let it know,
Yeah.
you're not going to keep running over me. It ain't happening. Get the hell out of here. I don't need you in my life. My life would be better if you weren't there. You want respect, you got to demand it. People are only going to treat you the way you demand to be treated. They will shit on
Yep.
you if you let them. Everybody
Yep.
see, people go around looking for an easy touch all the time. And if they're touching on you, they feel you're an easy touch. You need to show them you're not. It's just the way it is, you guys. I mean, you wish, if you're not listening, you wish you did one day. You'll wish you did. I'm going to tell you, I learned real fast. I learned real fast to care about the people who care about me and stop chasing the fucks that don't.
Yep.
I don't need those people in my life. And finally started, when I finally started acknowledging all the people that was around me and there for me, man, I found out I didn't need anything else.
Exactly.
I found out that, man, I had a pot of gold and didn't even know it because I was too busy chasing a pot of shit,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Yep.
Go after
Yep.
keep
Yep.
running after those people. Keep running after those people that don't make you a priority. And you'll end up losing the ones that do.
Too. Mhm.
You'll end up
Amen to
losing the
that.
ones that do. Lucky for me, I seen the truth. I seen the truth early on. And I was able to keep my pot of gold and stop, and let that pot of crap move on down the road.
Right.
And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. They did not deserve me. Those people did not ever deserve PG in their life. And they don't have PG in their life anymore. And they won't ever have me in their life again. Because they didn't know how to treat me. I treated them good. I always treat people good. You know, until they showed me that aren't worthy to be treated the way I treat them. And once I lose trust in a person, it's gone. It's over.
Yeah.
A snake can shed its skin, but it's still a snake, and it'll always be a snake. It's
That's how
just,
I am too.
it's how it is, girl. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of evil people in this world, and I just want people to open their eyes. I want people to open their eyes. I want them to, it's not for PG. What I tell you ain't going to help me at all because, it's already helped me, right?
Right.
It ain't going
Mm-hmm.
it ain't going to do nothing for me. I done applied it to my life. But,
Right.
I'm just trying to, I'm doing it for the people out there. A lot of people won't tell you. A lot of people won't tell you how wonderful it is to be with God Almighty and how wonderful it is to be a Christian because they jealous.
Right.
They're Christians and they love having it all for themselves and they think that they can look down on somebody else because they ain't got
Right.
it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not so sure they're even a Christian at that point. I don't know. I don't know what they got. I don't know what they got. I don't want none of it.
Right.
But I know I am. I know I got it. And I know I'm a bona fide Christian. And I tell other people, listen, I can't even put into words how beautiful it is to be with God. I can't even put into words how wonderful it is to know Jesus loves you and he's always with you. Angels watching over you, Holy Spirit all within you. I can't tell you how beautiful it is. There's no words to describe it. It's something you have to do to understand it. You have to get it for yourself. And people don't want you getting it. They don't want you getting it, you guys. Trust and believe me. They don't want you getting it. Sinners don't want you getting it because if you get it, then you won't be sinning with them no more.
Exactly.
Misery loves company.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people that call themselves Christians that ain't sharing what I'm sharing with you right now, they don't want you to have it because they want to keep it all to themselves. They don't want you having it. I'm going to tell you, you're going to find very few people in this world like PG. You're going to find very few people willing to share and let you know the truth about everything. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because they don't care about anyone but themselves. That's the way the world's going. People are selfish and self-seeking and self-centered. And they just don't want to spend time getting to really know other people. They don't want to spend time, these people today just don't want to share the things that's going to help other people in the future. Them knowing it's enough. They don't care what happens to other people. A lot of people don't care what happens to their kids. They don't care what happens to their sisters and brothers. They don't care what happens to anybody. They don't care. They're just out, they're just out for themselves to use everybody. What can I get? What can I get out of my kids? What can I get out of them? What can I get out of, what can I get out of my cousins and my brothers and sisters? What can I get out of my parents? What can I get out of all these people? What can they do for me? Right? It ain't what nobody's saying, what can I do for them? Very few people saying, what can I do for someone else? They're all saying, what can they do for me? Right? Now I'm going to tell you something. I can't do shit for you if you ain't willing to do for other people. Because if you ain't willing to do for other people, I don't want nothing
I
to
ain't
do
got
with
nothing. I ain't got nothing for you.
Right.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you something. It's a two-way fucking street out there, baby. It's a two-way street. It ain't one way. If it's one way, you can keep that ass going. Because I'm going to tell you what, my street's two-way. It's a give and take.
That's right.
It's called give and take. I help you, you help me. I'm good to you, you're good to me. I trust you, you trust me. It's a give and take. And if you're all take, then keep moving.
That's why I had to kick April Moody out of my group because she kept taking and taking and taking. And I'm like, nah, girl, there's other people that are in need and you're not going to take from them because you want to be selfish, take this stuff and sell it. You're done.
Girl, I can't give that much, right? I can't give that much.
Yep, you're done.
You know, you can't give that much. It's like, what the fuck? Come on.
There's other people in need.
I mean, I'm one of those people, I'm always willing to give. I'm always willing to give. I'll tell you right now, I'd be the first one there. First one there. I like helping other people. But I'm going to tell you something. When they're always calling me and I'm answering the phone like, hello, I'm here for you. And then I call them and can't get a hold of them. Call them, can't get a hold of them. And finally I do. It's like, yeah, what you needing? Did I act like that when you was calling me 500 times? Asking for all kinds of things? And I call you once? And what the fuck do I need?
Right.
I need a wake-up call, bitch. Right? That's what the fuck I need. I need a wake-up call.
I need to be done with your butt. That's what I need.
Because obviously, I need a wake-up call, and then I need to hit the bathroom and wash the stupid off my fucking face that I've had on it every time I answered and did everything you needed me to do, right?
Yep.
That's what I need to do.
Yep. It's horrible, and it's only getting worse.
And I need to find another quarter, bitch, and call someone that really cares. Right?
Horrible, horrible people.
But yeah. I mean, that's what you run into every day, girlfriend. I'm telling you.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse, and it's like thick fog now. It's getting so bad.
I'm going to tell you what. There ain't nothing pisses me off more. I mean, I've been stewing for 2 freaking days over this little girl getting no help. I've been stewing 2 days over hearing this stupid, this lame brain come out and freaking talk about, and they were at my house playing with the dog, and I didn't do nothing even after the lady says, oh, I can't even prove she's mine.
Right.
And then she comes out, and then the bitch comes out and makes it worse. Oh, I forgot. She's wearing size 2 clothes. She's crapping herself, and they're calling her stupid because she can't read because she ain't never been in school. I forgot to tell you all that, but I want to come out and tell you now. Oh, and if I think of anything else, I'll have another TikTok video. Oh, I got up this morning, and it's another TikTok video. I forgot to tell you guys that this guy's got 60-some things, and because I ran him and I know who they are, and I sent it over to my girlfriend. Didn't bother to call the police, but I sent it over to her. Yeah, right. Okay. I'm gonna tell you. I can't believe there's people that fucking ignorant on this planet. I can't believe it. I can't believe there's people that fucking stupid in existence, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, PG. It's sad.
They have no fucking common sense, right?
No
common sense. I'm telling you, some people, man, I promise you, some of them, you think the best part of them went down their daddy's fucking leg, right?
Or something.
Just right down their daddy's leg. I don't know. Wow. Shit amazes me.
Horrible.
It amazes me. This really pisses me off. It does. It pisses me off. See? See, she was put up to go do that. Look, she's going to pull the plug on the camera. That guy, they spotted that camera, and that guy wants that camera unplugged. I think he was going to try to do something bad. I think they were going to try to, do something bad to this 23-year-old girl. Because they're having this kid go to pull the plug. Now, see?
Oh, yeah.
See right here? See right
Yeah.
there? That's what I'm talking. You see how he's trying to look to see, make sure she does it? She's got her hand, she's going to pull the camera plug, and look, he's watching.
Yep.
I mean, you better take this shit in consideration right here, right? You better take that shit in consideration. When I seen this video, I'm like, whoa, this motherfucker is having this plug pulled. You better be worried about this. And I'm telling you, they might come back. They might come back. No doubt. And look how this woman, she almost runs her own kid over, right? And look, she's looking. You see she's looking? Look at her, right? She's looking towards the camera too. This, I'm going to tell you, this is bad news right here. This is bad news. This house is bad news. Look at this place. I don't know how these people live, but this don't look too good. This don't look too good at all. Look at that little tiny TV. Damn. Yeah, I don't know, I don't know how did these people live in bad. I don't even know where this is at.
I don't know, but it still looks better than Don and Candace's.
Hey, girl, not much. Not much.
A little bit.
Oh, I don't know. Well, only thing I can say is it's got freaking, seems like it has towel on the floor. That's about it. I mean, looks like, it kind of looks like a flop house, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Looks like a fucking flop house. That's what it's looking like to me. Like it ain't got much. I'm wondering about this. I'm wondering about
because how would her neighbor have met this lady and this little girl to allow them to stay overnight? That doesn't make sense.
I'm going to tell you something. I want to share something with you. I was driving down a road, right? I'm always driving down the road. But, yeah. But listen, I seen this woman, right? This woman. You could clearly tell she was homeless. She's pretty old, too. You can clearly tell she's homeless. Did you see me pulling over and saying, hey, old lady, jump in. I'm going to take you home and let you sleep, on my sofa or in my bed. Hell to the fucking
I sure as hell hope not.
Hell to the no. I ain't pulling over. Hell to the no. It's like, I don't think so. Not today. Not in
today's world.
I'm going to tell you something. I'll this old lady, I mean, she got a shopping cart full of shit. And I'm going to tell you something. First thing that hit my mind is, man, if this old lady could push this mother freaking shopping cart that looks like it's got, shit that weighs like 20 cement blocks, right? I ain't going to bring her home. What I'm saying is, you bring somebody home like that, they pull off the dress, right?
You
Yeah.
never know what they be hiding.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. You find out real quick, that fucking Mabel, Mabel's fucking Johnny, right?
That's
Well,
right.
that big surprise. Big surprise, I mean, you bring this old lady home feeling sorry for her. She opened her pocketbook up, and she'd be like, freaking George Washington, ready to chop down a fucking apple tree. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the hell she's going to pull out of that pocketbook. I don't know. I ain't bringing that home. I mean, I figured this way. You had a lot of years. You had a lot of years to buy a house. You had a lot of years, to get a solid roof over your head, some money in the bank. And I don't know where the hell you was spending your time, but it wasn't doing none of this. So I can't help you. I can't help you. I mean, if you had that many years to get things right and you didn't, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
It's insane. I mean, hell, you know what? Mabel could have, she had a bunch of years to marry somebody, to marry somebody where she could get a social security check the rest of her life, somebody that did work, and get a social security check the rest of her life and, live in a trailer home, right? She could live in a trailer home the rest of her life. Have it nice. She could eat and sleep and have a good life. Get to know all the neighbors.
Right. Right.
What the hell she out there on the street for? I don't even know. But I'm not pulling over. I ain't
Nope.
letting that. I'm not letting that in my vehicle. I already heard about the scary story, right? I already heard the scary story about the little old lady getting in the vehicle, and next thing you know, she opens her pocketbook up and pulls out, pulls the George Washington out of the pocketbook, ready to, cut down some freaking cherry trees. Fuck that. Ain't
Oh,
going.
we get the family of four that sits out on the corner by Walmart up here, and when you go to see them leaving, they jump into a nice, Mercedes Benz, and yeah, after collecting their money on the corner for the day, and it's appalling.
I'm gonna tell
I'm
you
just
something. I see, and I'm gonna tell you another thing. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you another thing. I've seen some of these homeless people. I'll tell you another reason I'm not picking them up. It's because I see some of these homeless people, and I tell you what, I see them all over. I see them all over freaking town, right? I see them all over freaking town. I don't know how they get there. Do you know what I'm saying? I see them
right,
going. I see them going down this road, pushing their carts and stuff, or they're, I see some of them pushing a wheelchair. I see some of them pushing a damn wheelchair. Nobody's in it. And the next time I see them, they're in it. They're sitting in it, with their sign. And they're like 10 miles away. How the hell did you push that wheelchair 10 freaking miles away and sit down in it? Come on. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, these motherfucking people are healthier than we are,
a
right?
lot of scammers out there. I'm telling you, a lot of scammers.
How the hell you be pushing a grocery cart freaking 10 damn miles? How you be pushing all this stuff around? I mean, how'd I see you on one side of town, in the morning, and now I see you all the way on another side of freaking town in the afternoon? It's like, whoa. How the hell did you get here? Because I know the buses don't let you on with grocery carts, right?
Right? Exactly.
There ain't no freaking taxi that thing's going to fit in. How the hell did you get all the way out here? I'm telling you, these people are healthy as hell. You want to really bring that home? You want to pick that up? Oh, hell no. I'm like, shoot, you got me bent.
The jab, that doesn't need to be your opinion. That is a fact. People have lost their moral compass in today's world.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, they have. I'm going to tell you something, girl. Um, I've talked, I've talked to a lot of these people who fly them signs out there, and they tell me, PG, I make more money flying them signs than people working. I mean,
Yeah,
some of these people's making $100, $100 a day, not 100, like hundreds of dollars a day.
yep,
They make a ton of money. I mean, these people are making bank out there, and they ain't got no money. Why? Because they're spending it all up on substance abuse, right?
yep, yep.
I'm going to tell you
That's
something.
exactly what it is.
I don't want to be flying a sign. I don't want to be flying a sign. I mean, if I was going to head for a, get rich quick program, I'm not going to fly the sign. I'm going to be the person they're bringing all the people flying signs. I'm going to be the person they're bringing all their money to. All right.
She said I'm gonna
You
be their manager.
you fly the sign. You fly the sign. Then you come see me. All right. I'll stay home in a fucking AC. Thank you.
Right?
No flying a sign for PG.
I mean, and
But,
that's not that all homeless people are bad, because they're not. A lot of our vets are homeless. It's some of these people that pretend to be
well,
homeless
I'm
that
going to
are
tell
doing
you.
the scamming.
I'm going to tell you that veterans thing. They say a lot of vets are homeless and so forth. Not anymore. A lot
Oh,
of
we
them.
do. We have them up here, PG. We do have them up here.
A lot of vets were homeless from the Vietnam War. They came back. Our country, turned on them. They didn't help them. Their jobs weren't saved. Nothing. I mean, they really got the bad end of the stick. And a lot of the, Vietnam War vets, they were on the street. A lot of them were on the streets for a long time. But most of those are all, past. They're passed away now. Most of all of them are passed away now. I mean, you're looking clean back in the freaking late '60s, early '70s. Now, most of these people are, they done went to the land of glory. Um, what you got out there today? What you got out there today is just a whole lot of lazy mother freakers that want to live off of someone else, you know. And
See, Anna's got them too in New York. We definitely got them. My brother, if he wasn't remarried and had another child, he would be
you
in
know,
that position too.
you know why a lot of people don't help. You know why a lot of people don't help the people flying them signs. It's because they know that one, a lot of people flying those signs and stuff, like you said, are walking off, getting into a nice freaking car, going home and laughing their ass off that they was able to take these people to the cleaners. A lot of people ain't helping them because, they know that they're flying those signs because they're getting social security checks, right?
Mhm.
And,
Mhm.
and they can't get a job. They can't get a job. So this is what they do to supplement all their, to supplement their money. And what are they wasting their social security check on? Drugs. What are they out there flying the sign for? More drugs. I mean,
Right.
why are you going to doesn't the Bible say don't put the bottle to your brother's mouth? Yes,
Correct.
it does. Don't put the bottle to your brother's mouth. I'm going to tell you. Why are you helping put, if you ain't gonna, if the Bible tells you don't put the bottle to your brother's mouth, wouldn't common sense tell you not to put any illegal substances in someone else's body? They say, who is your brothers and sisters? Who's your neighbor? Your neighbor is anyone that you're around. Your neighbor isn't the people in your community. Your neighbor is all the people around you. When you're out shopping, those are your neighbors. When you're walking down any street, those are your neighbors. Believe it or not, the whole world's your neighbor.
Yes.
You're to treat everybody equally with love, kindness, caring. Why would you want, you might have just handed that person the money they needed. The money they needed to end up, not here anymore. And I'm going to tell you something. Really? Do you want to get to heaven and hear God say, you can't come in here? Why? Why, Lord? I've always been good. I've always helped people. Yeah. Well, you helped a few of the wrong people. And then he pulls these people up that, flying signs that was doing that, that you knew were, substance abuse users. And you were just helping them get more. You was helping them get
Yep.
more. Right? You thought you were doing good, but you were really doing evil.
Yep.
Be careful. Be careful what you do. Think before you do it.
And that's why, like the Jab said, what we started doing here was for the homeless, we started making like Ziploc bags with, we'd put, how they have the packs of toothbrushes at the Dollar Tree, we would get those with the tubes of toothpaste, put those in the bag, little bottles, the little bottles of shampoo, and then the bars of soap, put that in the bag. And the most we would put is $5 for them to get something to eat. And they would get a bag like that to be able to wash up and do whatever, as far as
And
that goes.
and a lot of them took that $5 out of there, and they didn't even care about the rest that was in the bag. Then you got,
Probably.
I tell you who really appreciates getting stuff like that is women. These women that are in shelters. Women that are in shelters.
Hmm.
You know, women, abused women that are in these shelters. They so appreciate the clothes that you bring. They so appreciate all the toiletries that you bring. They so appreciate all the things that you can give them because they're hiding and they're not able to work. They're being shuffled around. Some women have to be moved to different states in order to start working again. And during all this time, they really need the help and they appreciate the help. I'll tell you somebody else that really appreciates your help is if you want to do something this Christmas, if you want to, you know, adopt a family or adopt, a child to help, go to the school. There's no one better than the school to tell you who can use help. And go there, and the teachers and the principals, they'll give you, a name of a family. They'll tell you how many's in the family, boys and girls, what size of clothes they wear, shoes, so forth. They don't give you their name, but they give you, how many kids and all of this. And then you go out and you shop for them. You go out and buy clothes that size, and you buy the toys, and stuff. You wrap them all up. You drop them back off at the school, and the school makes sure that this parent, picks it up and has a great Christmas with their kids. And I'm going
Right.
to tell you, people really appreciate that. The family appreciates, it's a surprise. It's a surprise for the children, and the family really appreciates someone helping them. And not only that, but it's not just poor families. It's not just poor families that the school selects. It's middle class families struggling too. There's everybody thinks it's just the poor needs help. It's middle class families that are struggling as well. They help a lot of middle class families that, just couldn't give their kids as big a Christmas as they like to. Maybe no Christmas at all because of all the bills. You're helping someone. So if you want to help in that way, you know, rolling down your window ain't the way to go, you know, because these people, what I'm saying is these homeless people, they have soup kitchens for them to eat. They have, all of these places where they can stay, right? All of these homeless shelters they can stay. They also have, all these food pantries they can hit. And these food pantries also have all of those toiletry things that you're talking about. They also have those that they can give out to the people. They get to pick it. If they need it, they can get toothpaste, toothbrushes, and stuff like that. What I'm saying is there's plenty of stuff for the homeless people without us having to roll down a window and hand it out, because they're not looking for food, and they're not looking when they're standing out there flying that sign. They're not looking for food, y'all. They're not looking for shelter. What they're looking for is money to get more stuff to get messed up on. And I don't supply that. I don't supply it. I'm sorry. I did for a long time, but I don't anymore.
Yeah, no, that's not something I want to. I'm not anybody's supplier either. That's not something I want to do.
No, I'm going to tell you something. They say be careful because you could be entertaining an angel, right? I don't
Yeah,
think an
no
angel's
thanks.
going to be. I don't think an angel's going to be out there flying a sign. You know, I just don't think so. I think an angel's going to be at the food pantry. I think an angel's going to be at the homeless soup kitchen where you're dropping off, all the groceries and stuff to help someone else. I think the angel's going to be, one of the people comes through, that you're in there volunteering to help feed, and and I think the angel's the one that, you're dipping the soup in the bowl and handing it to with a smile and showing that you truly care. I think that's where you're going to entertain angels, right?
Right.
I think you're going to be entertaining angels in the right places, not the wrong ones. Just saying.
Anna.
I don't give
She
money
said,
away. I need money.
no, I don't give money away. I need money.
You know, I do. I'm not going. I do. I do give money away. I give money away at the grocery store. I give money away at the grocery store when someone's short, and I
Right.
I take care of the rest. I give money away when I see a child wanting something and the parents, whispering, "We can't afford it. Put it back." I told you. I do give money. I'll say, "Here's a 20. Buy the kid something." You know, um,
Right.
I do. I do give money. Quite often, I give money, but I'm going to tell you, I only give money righteously when I know, when I know it's for a good cause, not a bad one. I don't mind giving. That's what God. I'm going to tell you, if you don't give, don't. If you don't give, don't expect to get back. Live with open hands. I mean, if you ain't blessing others, why should God bless you?
Exactly.
How should God bless you? You know, a lot of people say, I got it. I'm having it hard. I'm having it hard. Well, you know, might be having it hard because you're not helping anybody but yourself. You know, I believe in helping. You should always help. Nothing wrong with giving. You know, I give. I give. That's all I do is give.
You're not
That's all I
supposed to
do
worry
is
about
give.
money.
You know, I'm going to tell you. I don't know. I guess I'm not going to get to take until I get to the next life. Right? And that's okay. That's okay. You know, that's okay with me. I don't care about that. You know, I look forward when I get to heaven. The only thing I care about taking is a drink of that water that's going to let me live forever, right? With God and
Right.
Jesus Christ. All I want is to get in that line and get some of that water. That's all I want. I want that fountain that's running. It says there's a fountain running through heaven, and you're going to get to drink from it. That's all I want. I don't care about nothing else. Just give me that. Give me Jesus, right?
Right.
That's what I got to say. I heard a song one time, girl. They was singing, "Give Me Jesus." Man, it's a beautiful song. I don't know if you guys ever heard that song, but it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I be singing it. I be singing it all the time.
I'll have to
Absolutely.
check it out. I don't think I did.
You ain't heard that song?
I don't
Give
think
me
so.
Jesus. Give me Jesus.
I might have.
Let me have this whole world. Just give me Jesus. You ain't heard that
Yeah,
song,
I
girl?
might have. I
That's a
might have.
beautiful
I
song.
might have.
Yeah, you got to hear that one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's what PG be singing. You can have this whole world. Just give me Jesus. Yeah, yeah, crazy retired lady says PG's an angel sent by God to help missing children. I don't know about the angel part, girl. I was sent. I'm sure I was put here by God. Right? I'm sure I was put here by God. I've been trying to get away a few times. He won't let me.
You're right.
Right? I be trying to run. I'm not gonna lie. PG be trying to run sometimes. God's like, no, you gotta get in there.
Yeah.
You got, you got a job to do. You get in there and you be doing it. So I get in here. I get in here. I try to do it. I try to do my best, you guys. I really do. But you know, I had to take a couple of days off. I had to take man, I was so livid I couldn't come in here. You wouldn't have wanted to see me in here. You wouldn't have wanted to see me come in here before now. I had to take time, get a hold of myself. I'm like, boy, if I went in there right now, it'd be all bad. It'd be all bad. I was really upset. I was upset that this little girl right there didn't get no help. I was upset that nobody cared enough to do anything for her. Right? I'm gonna tell you something. That little girl would have had all new clothes. She'd have had all new clothes and she'd have had a book.
Right?
And I'd have been helping her. What time she was around me, I'd have been helping her to read and write. I'd have taught her, if she didn't know how to spell her name, we'd have been working on it. I'd have been doing something for her, but most of all, I'd have been contacting law enforcement to get in there and to see if this is even that woman's kid. To get in there and do, and even if it is her kid, I'm going to, report the abuse and this crazy guy that the child shouldn't even be around that mommy wants to take her with. I would tell law enforcement it might be a good idea to get child and services out here and take her, take her to the hospital and have her looked over to make sure, nothing weird's been going on. Um, you know, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, how do we know? How do we know that this ain't that these, how do we know that this house ain't a holding tank? You know, how do we know that this ain't one of them houses where they bring kids like this, before moving them somewhere else? How do we
Well, we
know,
don't.
and how do we know that the person that was allowing it didn't get a little scared when the guy shows up and wanting them to leave, so she gets the neighbor to help get them out? We don't know what the hell's going on in this place, because I'm telling you, this house looks like a flop house. I think this house should be checked out. I think the person living in it should be checked out. You know, there's a whole lot of shit needing to be checked. I mean, could they have got mad? Could they got mad at these people that come in there and you know because they didn't pay up or they didn't do something, and now they're reporting them up? We don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, it looks like, in my opinion, this looks like a house that, in my opinion, this looks like a trafficking house, if you ask me. Look at the place. It looks like hell. It looks like fucking hell, right? Nobody, you can tell nobody's cleaning it up. And why the hell would you be picking up people and bring strange people and bring them into your home? That's weird, right? That's
Right.
weird.
That
And
doesn't make sense.
then have some weird man show up too. I mean, and the kid's going to unplug the camera because clearly the man told her to, right? Because watch what direction she goes in, and that woman's about to run over. See, watch this, watch this. See, it's like he's hollering for her because she's going in his direction right now, right? And the camera's over here. The camera's over here in the direction of this woman. The kid's going over on the other side, the direction where the man was. And then you see the kid coming back. The kid goes back, right, towards the woman. What? What? See, there she is. There she is. Watch. She's trying to unplug this. But before this, look. See? She's over there. She's answering. Did you see her over there hollering, answering what you're wanting? And then she's back on the other side. Look. Watch this. See? That's the side she was on before, remember? And then she goes back around. Look. Mommy almost runs her over, but this guy's wanting her for something. And then she's trying to unplug the camera. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that's dangerous. You could clearly tell that guy, he's watching to see if she unplugs it. And she's looking straight up at it. And Mommy was looking at it too. That must have been what he wanted, because did you notice that the woman took a look at the camera? Watch this. Watch. This is the little girl going to unplug the camera. Now there's the weird guy. See her? And there he is. There's the weird guy. There's the weird ass guy looking. Look, you can tell he's trying to peek. He's not trying to make it obvious.
Green t-shirt.
Right. He's trying to not make it obvious. But watch, look. Mom almost runs her over, right? because I believe she's being hollered for by that man to go over there. Because she goes there and I think she said what or said something to him. Now watch what mom does as the little girl, she almost runs. Look, see her look up at the camera. Watch mom look up at the camera. See, she's looking up. She's looking up at the camera. Look, as the little girl's going over there. I think they had done corresponded together to get the little girl to go around and do exactly what she did right here. Yeah. She's trying to pull the plug. Look. She was going to pull the plug on the camera, dog. Oh, shit. Yeah. Boy, that wouldn't have been good, right? That wouldn't have been good. I don't think they was going to steal something. I think they might have going to do something to that 23-year-old girl. They wanted the camera pulled so they could, who knows what they could do. I don't know. I think they was about to get ugly. I think they was about some shit about to go down inside that house with that 23-year-old girl. They're like, let's kill the camera and it's going to be on up in here. That girl's lucky that she got him out. She's lucky she got him out. What I got to say is they teaching that kid to be as evil as they are. They're teaching the child to be evil too. And that kid needs to be taken away. That child really needed to be taken away from these people. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, what business do they have unplugging somebody else's camera?
Well, you don't understand. Once you unplug the camera, everybody's in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Once the camera's unplugged, that 23-year-old girl can't prove nothing, and nobody else can prove nothing. So it is what it is. And I'm sure once the kid unplugged that camera, before they left, they would have probably ripped it off the wall and took it with them. They wasn't going to leave it there. I mean, why would you want the camera unplugged?
That's exactly.
I mean, you don't want it unplugged so you could steal everything. You want it unplugged so you could get a hold of that 23-year-old girl, that's confronting your ass. And maybe they thought, look at Don and Candace. Don and Candace went into that one woman's house, right? That lady said that they can move in because Candace is pregnant. She felt sorry for him. And they trapped that old lady at her refrigerator. Don and Candace trapped her. And if she wouldn't have had if the other lady wouldn't have seen what was going on and went and got help, well, what might have happened?
That's crazy.
That woman might not be here today. So, if they'd got that camera unplugged, who knows what because they probably didn't know, they weren't worried about the neighbor next door. They were highly pissed at that 23-year-old girl for confronting them about the charges and all the things. These are a couple criminals running from the law. This kid hasn't even ever been to school. I mean, these people don't care what they do to you. They don't care how bad they hurt you.
No.
I mean, God only knows what, could have happened to that 23-year-old girl if that camera that got unplugged and, because they didn't know the neighbors looking through the camera. They had no idea that anyone else was involved. Right?
Right.
But she clearly said that the neighbor went over there to confront the guy about all of his charges and everything. So they knew how dangerous it was for this little girl to be leaving with these people, and they didn't call no authority to come and help her.
Like I said, it made no sense.
You know what I think the problem in today's world is, girl? I think people are afraid to help. I think that they were afraid to help the little girl because law enforcement doesn't do shit to people anymore. And they was afraid that, you know, that law enforcement take this little girl, not put these guys in jail. These guys come back and maybe, you know, wreak havoc on this family, right?
Well, they wouldn't know unless they called. And it's not always, I mean, here it's not the case because I've seen domestic situations or had domestic situations, and in both cases, somebody went to jail. So, or I shouldn't say seen, I actually called law enforcement. And in the first scenario, it was a foster mom that smacked the pregnant daughter, and I'm a mandated reporter. I called law enforcement, and the foster daughter ended up staying with me, and law enforcement went over there. We had it. She actually was smart and video recorded it and showed the video to the police, and they went over there and they arrested the foster mom. Um, the second
Really?
scenario, I went and picked up my daughter from my ex-husband, and here his neighbors are running around their house fighting. And I'm like, what the hell? I called law enforcement and I'm like, you want to come get these neighbors? They're running around their house fighting in their underwear. And cops, you want to know the funnier part? Their own Ring camera caught it, and their own Ring camera put him in jail. So it was, you know, it's a matter of see something, say something.
I'm going to tell you something. If I see something, I do say something. If I see something, I say something because that's important. It's important to do.
Yep,
I mean, I don't just,
absolutely.
you know, what I'm saying is I make sure that, you know, it's a serious situation. I don't just call law enforcement, you know, because some mom's correcting her bratty kid. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've actually clapped my hands. I've seen parents with such a bratty kid that they turned it around and smacked his backside a few times, and I clapped my hands for him. I was like, "You go, girl." That kid was way out of control. But you
Right.
know, I'm not calling law enforcement then. That kid was asking for that. That kid was asking for that SWAT. Let me tell you,
Right.
I think I would have gave it to it before she ever did. But
Right.
you know, I don't do that. But if this is serious, I mean, you know, if the kid or the person looks, you know, like they're in real danger, oh hell yeah. I make sure I call law enforcement. Like, you know, um there was a this girl,
I don't.
this
Yeah,
young girl.
not happening.
There was a young girl and I was coming, you know, I was driving and oh, where'd she go? I lost her. There's a young girl that was, and I was driving and I seen her. Um, I want to put the link back out in case she wants to come back. I seen the young girl, you know, walking. She was walking. I was driving, and I seen a couple of people walk up, and they started acting like they're with her, right? And she was really uncomfortable. Um, you know, I got held up at a light, and I took note that she's looking really uncomfortable. And you know they're acting like they know her and stuff, and it don't seem like she knew them. And it says device not connected. Hold on. And okay, girl, I'm bringing you back. And I called law enforcement. You better believe I did. And I didn't only call them, but I actually pulled over and waited. I waited to make sure, you know, that they didn't try to get her or drag her anywhere or anything like that. And I stayed in law enforcement when the law enforcement was pulling up, you know, to intervene with it. That's when, I went ahead and pulled out. But, I stayed and I kept an eye on the young girl to make sure, and then law enforcement took it over. So, from there. And the lady on the phone, the dispatcher that I was talking to, because I stayed with her while I was watching to make sure the girl's staying safe, And because I told her, I get out of my car, I'll go back there. And she's like, no, stay where you're at, you know, until they're on their way. And they came, and law enforcement went up there. And the lady, the dispatcher, was like, they're with her, and it's, we're glad you called us. So I don't know what that meant, but I told her I'm going on now, and I went ahead and left. But I didn't care. Did I care if these weirdos got my plate number? Did I care if they seen me? I didn't give a damn. This girl was in trouble. I'm going to stay until she's out of it. You know, if you see something, it's very important to say something, do something to help a person. And if any kids being abused or whatever, tell on it. Tell it. I don't care if it's your family. I don't care if it's your friend. I don't care if it's a stranger. Tell. Yep. Help this person. If you know an old person is being abused, report it. I mean, report stuff. It's important to help people. That's what God put you here for, and you better be doing what He put you here for. Because you're going to have to answer to Him one day. And if you wasn't doing what's right, well, you was doing what was wrong. And if you're doing what's wrong, where's your soul going to end up then?
Yep. Well, and it was, I waited till they had the guy in cuffs, and I went over there, and right while the cop was talking to him, I walked up to him and I said, I'm the one that called on you. And I said, I'm not sorry that I did. I said, I don't know what the hell you guys were doing. I said, but I'm not okay with that domestic violence stuff. I said, I'm a victim of domestic violence, and I did what I thought was right. And he said, nope. He said, I understand. He said, I'm not mad at you. I get it. And that was that.
Exactly. Yeah, do for others. You know why the Bible says to do unto others as you will have them do unto you?
Yeah.
It's so, I'm going to tell you, the Bible tells you that God, whether it be good or bad, listen to that. Whether it's good or it's bad, it is measured up and it will be poured back out upon you. Now, let me tell you, if you help someone in time of their need, it'll be measured up and in your time of need poured back out so you get the help you need. When you help others, it's measured up, and when you need help, it's poured back upon you. And trust me, with God and Jesus, and as good as they are, it's going to be poured back. If it's good, it's going to be poured back a lot more. There's going to be extra. So that's why you should always, always be good. Always, always help people. Don't be afraid to help people. Don't be afraid to, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to lie. I've only had a few bucks in my pocket, and the Lord put it on me to give it to someone. I had to ask again, right? I mean, I'm like, am I really feeling this? Right. And I know it's the Lord putting it on me, but I'm questioning it, right? Like, send me another sign, do something. Because, this is like, what am I going to do? This is what I'm thinking. What am I going to do? But I'm going to tell you, it'll get on you so thick. It's like, you just have to walk up and hand it to them. And I've done it. I'm like, okay, I went and did it. And I didn't know how I'm going to have anything for me right? And I tell you what, right out of nowhere, I don't even know where it comes from, but right out of nowhere, here it comes, some money. I'm like, wow, I didn't expect that. But that's God. When God tells you to do something, He puts it on you to be doing something. Do it. Just do it. You got to do it anyway. I'll tell you what, I've actually drove around the block thinking about it, right? I mean, I passed the person up and had to go back around to give it to him because I'm like, oh, um, I ain't the best, man. I ain't the best, because I'd be thinking like anybody else. I know how people think, you know. Oh, I'm being put upon me to give this person some money, and this is like the last I've got. Whoa, what am I going to do? I've been there. I've been there, but you know what? I had to do it. I did it, and hey, it worked out beautiful. It worked out beautiful. So, you know, um, I just, Lord putting it on you, just do it. Don't think about it. Move on. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's all I could say. Just don't worry. It'll be back to you. Trust and believe that. It'll be back to you. No problem at all. Yeah, sometimes you get back tenfold. Absolutely. Sometimes you get back tenfold. I mean, but you be doing bad, that'll be poured back upon you too. You know, I had someone tell me one time, you know, like there was some people, um, they weren't sharing. They weren't real caring and sharing. And somebody told me, they said, those people going to lose everything. They're going to lose everything. I said, what? Yeah, one day they're going to lose everything because of the way they are. And they did. They did.
Right.
I was like, whoa, you know, there's always room at my table for one more. If I'm cooking and somebody shows up, hey baby, get a plate. Let's do it. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, um, nope, you ain't gonna catch PG being stingy. I ain't stingy. Hell no. You know, it's like you see a sweater I got hanging up you like, put it on, man. Take it, have it. I don't even care. You know, God'll bless me. He'll bless me somewhere, somehow. He'll bless me down the road. I don't worry about it. I live my life, like that, and I don't care about money. I don't care about money. I don't care about materialistic things. I don't care about none of this crap in this world. What I care about, what PG cares about, is doing what's right in the sight of God and getting where I need to go one day. And I want to go to heaven, right? That's where I want to go.
That's right.
And that's what I work on doing. And, and I tell the truth, and a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like, what I've got to say. That's
They'll
fine.
get over it.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. It's just what I got to do, because I'm not here to please people. I'm here to please God. I'm here to please the Lord, not humans. And when I first came here, that's what I said then, and I'm saying it now. I don't come here to please humans. I come here to please God and to do what's righteous in the sight of God for these missing children, and to do what's right in the sight of God for the people in my chat. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I will not steer you wrong. I want all of you to be in heaven too. So PG ain't staring nobody wrong, and we're not going to go around a mulberry bush with a whole lot of BS. We're not going to believe lies and be damned. We're going to tell the truth, and we're going to do all we can to get these children's cases solved, not make them more of a mess than what they already are. We're not going to do that. It's just, it is what it is. And I'm not going to allow Summer's case to become a circus. Shit, that wasn't Rose Bly, and that wasn't Summer.
Right.
Rose Bly's case is totally separate from Summers. It's in
Yes.
Wisconsin. Rose Bly, trust me, Rose Bly is no longer with us either. She's no longer with us. There's plenty of proof to prove that. It just is what it is.
Very true.
It has nothing, to do with Summers' case. It's totally different. Summers' case is Summers' case. And it needs to be solved. It really does. And I think we
Sorry,
all
Phoebe. I'm not giving up my pew pew. No way.
know. What?
She said America needs tougher laws like theirs. I'm not giving up my pew pew
What's your pew?
because they don't have pew pews in Australia like that. Not like that.
Oh, I don't know.
They use it. I think they have them for hunting only, but you get caught doing anything else with them, you're in big trouble.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I'm not giving up my rights. I'm not giving up none of my rights. Too many people died in our country for
Yeah.
these rights that we have. We have,
Yep.
we have tons and tons and tons. We have children who died on those battlefields for our freedom. And I ain't no way I'm giving any of that up. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I love this country. I love the fact that this country, you want to know what I love about America? What I love about America is it's free to be whoever you want to be. If you want to work hard and be rich, you can. If you want to be, if you're happy just being middle class and not working so hard and just be middle class and have a decent life, you can. If you, choose to not work at all, you can do that too. I mean, you get to be what you want to be in America. That's all up to you and how hard you're willing to work to get educated and to get ahead and to do all the things needed to be done to do so. Um,
Right.
you know, America is a beautiful place. It's the home of the free, the land of the brave is a very beautiful place. And I,
Yeah.
and freedom of speech, man, you can, and most of all is freedom of religion. Man, you can praise God on every
Yes.
corner of the street and you can shout hallelujah anytime you want. And you can hold that Bible in your hand with pride and dignity and all the trust in God you want. And nobody has a right to say anything about it or do anything about it at all. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. This country is beautiful. And when you start letting people take away your freedom and lock you down, you're going to be in a prison. You're going to be in a prison, which you're practically in one anyway. Our streets are starting to look like a graveyard. Our houses looking like tombstones. People are afraid to be out there in the world anymore. Isolation is like a horrible thing and on the rise like it's never been on the rise before. And you don't have neighbors coming and looking in on you anymore or anything like that. I mean, the neighbors want nothing to do with you, right?
Did you notice that like they used to have the neighborhood watch? That just like evaporated.
Not in our community.
We haven't had it for years in Wisconsin. It just vanished.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the community I'm in, everybody watches everybody. I mean, we all watch one another, and and we all willing to help one another. If any of us need help or anything, we're willing to do so. I live in a beautiful community. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to tell you, community I live in, uh, you sometimes you can go out and sometimes it's 10, 11 o'clock at night in the summer, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And here you see an old lady and man just strolling down, you know, down the road, um, taking a walk. Sometimes you'll see, old people out walking their dogs and stuff, and nobody bothers nobody. The kids, all the kids, everybody watches over the children. The children, they play basketball and play football, and they run and, ride their bikes and everything else, and dirt bikes and whatever. Um, and people ride golf carts. They ride golf carts, here and there. And everybody's good to everybody. I mean, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And everybody's got cameras. Like, that's number one priority in our community. We are big. We are big at suggesting cameras to
Right.
everybody and to keep everyone safe. To keep everyone safe, because
Absolutely.
people are scared of cameras. So, we do. I mean, I go out 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I go out 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I run out. I'm out of cigarettes, whatever. I run out, and you know, it's. I love it. I absolutely love. You know where me and my children are. So I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
No, we can't do that anymore. We used to be able to leave our doors unlocked and even our doors open at night and let the breeze come in. No, we can't do that anymore. We can't do none of that. Mm-mm.
Mm. We keep our doors open a lot. We keep our doors open a lot. Our neighbors keep their doors. They keep their doors open. Matter of fact, a lot of us stay out in the yard. We was outside a lot today. Neighbors were outside. Um, the one thing I say about the community I'm in is everybody keeps their lawns and stuff. I mean, absolutely groomed, beautiful. All
Right,
everyone keeps their
right.
lawns up. They keep the streets. Our streets are clean. Our streets are really clean. Um, it's just a beautiful place. You know, America's beautiful. America is
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
I'm getting out of the Dells next month. I can't do it anymore with all the tourists. They're getting more and more disrespectful every year. I can't do it anymore. So I'm going to a more rural area where I don't have to deal with tourists anymore. Now that my kids are grown, the only reason why I picked the Dells was because the Dells is the only city in the state of Wisconsin where sex offenders aren't allowed to live. So,
Right?
yeah, that's why I chose the Dells to
I'm
raise
gonna.
my kids.
I tell you what, Colleen. My ass is my own gardener, and my neighbors, they're their own gardeners too. We are own gardeners.
Right?
Trust me. Um, let me tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I did. I hired up one of those lawn people. I did. Um some of the older folks in our community has the services, but um not the young folks. Don't The young people don't have that. But I thought this could save me a lot of time, to if I grab onto one of these people. And so I did. Okay, I did. And I'm going to tell you what. um I wished I didn't, right? I wished I didn't. They forget to cut certain areas of your property. They go crazy. Let me tell you something. Man, I'm going to tell you what. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, they take that weed eater, dude, and let me tell you right now, they go mayhem with that fucking weed eater. And hell no. You plant something, they run it over, right? They run it over. I mean, they be tearing up more shit than no, thank you. No thanks. I'll be my own gardener. You know, no, no. I mean, I've got too bad of a temper, for that. You know, mm-mm. It's like, oh my good, they did not just run that over. I just barely planted it. They did not do that. You know, and then you're out there with your hands in the air, and you know, and you really do fucking care, and you know, you're screaming, "What the hell you doing?" No, can't do it, can't do it. Too much, you guys. I ain't got time for that. I mean, and not only that, but it gives, being your own gardener gives you plenty, a lot to do. What I'm saying is, you know, it gives you time with your kids, and you push the lawnmower a lot. They push it a little bit, you weed eat a lot, and they watch, right? And I don't know, you know, my daughter, she likes to help in the yard. She likes to, help. She'll help. But my sons, let me tell you something. Man, you tell them to go get a couple bottles of cold water, right? Because you've been out there in the sun and you're thirsty as hell. You say, hey, run in the house and grab a couple bottles of water. You don't see them again. You don't see them again. You be crawling your ass through the door, right? Sweat running off of you. You're freaking done, you done walked as far as you could. You're freaking crawling now. You get inside the door, and a little bit of air conditioning hits you, and your mother freaking sitting against the wall, and it's like you don't know where the hell they went. You don't know where the hell they went to. They didn't ever bring no water. I must have drank it. That's all I can think of. And then once the AC cools you down a little bit, you could get up, but you're stumbling, right? You're stumbling to the mother freaking kitchen to get a cold freaking water that you supposed to got like an hour ago, and you ain't seen them kids since. That's my kids, right? And then you say, what happened to the water? Oh, you wanted a water? What the heck do you think I sent you in the house for? Right? They went and hid. I'm going to tell you right now, my kids, I don't even want to talk about my kids. My kids be getting on my nerves sometimes. I'm going to tell you something, girl. My kids are a trip. They are a trip. My one son, I promise you, he thinks he can fix everything. I don't even know when he stole the little things off the car. Like I was talking about fixing. I ordered the parts to fix my window wipers. The stuff wasn't coming out. And I mean, it would give a little bit, but not like it's supposed to. So I ordered the part to fix it. I'm going down the road. I can't half see. I tried to get the little bit of fluid to come up that, that used to come up, but it wasn't. And I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Right. I don't even know. I'm going to have to pull over, pull my, freaking shirt off. Now I got just a cami top on. I'm going to have to wipe the window with it. And I'm like, why is this thing not squirting? Well, because he took the part off. I said, but the other part ain't even come yet. Yeah, I'm going to fix it when it does. I'm like, serious? Are you freaking for real? I told him, I said, look, if the brakes ever have any trouble, don't take them off before the new ones come, right? I'm telling you, this is the same one that put 2 holes in my wall while I was sitting
Oh,
there.
jeez.
For real, he did. I mean, I hadn't even freaking got over the shock of that when I got the one for the car, right? I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do with this freaking kid, right? Mr. freaking Fix It, right? Mr.
He's
Fix It.
trying. He's trying.
Oh, Lord. I'm like, grow up already and get married so somebody else has to put up with you, right? But I want to meet your wife. Right?
Trust me, don't rush them out, man. You'll miss them once they're gone. Trust me.
I'm going to hug that woman's neck. I'm going to hug that woman's neck. I'm going to hug her neck for taking him off my hands, right? I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
I suppose you do. You have 3 sons to choose from. I only have 1, and I had 3 daughters. So I guess that does make a difference.
I mean, yeah, I got 3 sons. Let me tell you, they all got different personalities, right?
Yep.
And then don't forget, I got their 2 uncles, right? One living with me, and the other one might as well. He's here all the time. And yeah, they're here all the time. I'm like, goodness, and I'm wondering why they don't cut the grass, right? I'm wondering why they don't cut the grass. And yeah,
What's up with that?
like, oh my goodness, like the other day I was out there. What was I doing? I don't even know what I was doing. I was doing something out there. Anyway, all I know is the uncle comes out and says, "Good job. You do a great job." I'm like, man, I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but I'll tell you what I was thinking. He don't even know. Like, you better get in your car and stay safe, right?
You've been gone, boy.
You need to get in my car and stay safe. That's what you need to do. Shut up. But anyway, it just, Don is making everything we have said, fact, if you ask me.
Some of it, but we don't think that's Summer, of course. She's too. Summer would be like a lot bigger than that. Summer was already getting big, before she was even at 5 years old. She was pretty big.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Don Wells himself. That's not Summer. They ain't going to look into it. They don't care. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. If I had a missing child, if Summer was my child and Summer was missing, and I saw this little girl, I seen this little girl, I'd be on the phone. I'd be on the phone with every fucking law enforcement there is. I'd have been on the phone with TBI saying, what the hell are you going to do about this? You need to be doing something.
Right.
I don't believe it's my daughter, but I need to know for sure. I need to freaking know. My daughter's missing. You get your ass there and you find out and you make sure. Right?
Well, that was just, it was the same thing when there was that sighting at the hotel, remember? And that was when Candace ran off the stage at Dr. Phil, and Don tried to say it was because of that sighting of Summer. And no, it wasn't. It was because she felt interrogated.
Well, there was the one sighting with Jenna.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, there was the one sighting with Jenna. And that's when she ran off the Dr. Phil show. Yes.
Yep.
And then there was, but she didn't run off the Dr. Phil show because of the child.
Nope.
It had nothing to do with the kid, and everybody knew it. it had to do with, her feeling interrogated. Um, and then there's the other sighting at the other hotel. There was another sighting at another hotel because I called there. I called there and I actually got a hold of the person who got a hold of law enforcement who had it all checked out. And I found out that it wasn't Summer. The child belonged to the people, that had it at the hotel. They was able to show verification that it's their child. I checked that out myself. Summer was not even my kid, and here I am calling and getting a hold of the freaking manager and getting the manager to get a hold of the person that actually was there and everything. Yeah, I did that myself, and then this, and they're not. I can tell you, I don't believe this is Summer at all, but what I'm saying is 3 years passed as a parent of a missing kid. I would
You'd want
want,
to know.
I got a fucking need to know. And,
Yep.
and I would find out where this place is, who these people are, and I would be there. I would be there. I'd be looking for them myself. I'd be trying to figure out, I would be hitting up their family, figuring out who they are. And if this woman had a child, I mean, I would need to know, right? I would need to know. The wells don't
Absolutely.
the wells don't even care. They don't even need to know why.
Because they already know.
Exactly. Exactly, girl. Exactly. They know. I'm gonna tell you, I truly believe that June the 15th, 2021, Summer was not alive on the milk jugs. I believe she was taken to Allison's house. That's where she was dressed, prepped up and dressed and propped up on the milk jugs. I believe Candace and Grandis left with her. Grandis got dropped off on the hill. Candace came back off of it. She went straight down to Fred Hill's house. And I think that that's where, she met up with Fred and Laura. They got out of there. Chad came in, found Candace. Um, you know, this is my opinion. I'll keep it. But I don't think Summer is with us. And I know, Candace and Don Wells knows this. They know this. They know everything. And it's my opinion. I'll keep it all. I'll tell you right now. I don't know how the hell evil people could do such evil things to children and then completely destroy a child. But I believe Don and Candace and Grandis did. And and I'll always believe that. It'll always be my opinion that they done it. Everything shows that they did it. Why they haven't been arrested, why they haven't had their asses prosecuted, I don't know. I don't know. But Don just clarified even more when he said, it's not Summer. They're not even looking into it. They don't even care. Um, he just keeps stabilizing what we've always thought to do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He just keeps stabilizing it, you know. So it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. Um,
And then they go on and act like she never existed.
right, right, exactly, exactly, girl. It is what it is.
It is disgusting, is what it is.
You know, I tell you what. Here's a poem for summer. We seen your smelling face today, high up in the sky. A lot of us truly believe June the 15th, 2021 is the day you died. That is why your mom and dad That is why your mom and dad can say the sightings are not you. They know what they did, sweet Summer, and God Almighty knows too. How do you like that poem?
Amen.
I thought it would fit this occasion.
And we know it too.
Summer was a beautiful, beautiful child. She did not deserve the evil that came up upon her from birth.
No.
She did not deserve to be even born in that hellhole, let alone go through all the torture and the misery and the abuse, the neglect, all the horribleness. It was a fucking house of horror for her and her brothers.
Yep.
And
Any
she
one of
cried
us would
out,
have taken her in a heartbeat.
Amen. She cried out. She cried out for help. No one helped her but God. And when God helped her, it helped her brothers too.
Yes.
All good came out of everything. Everything on June 15, 2021. Nothing but good came out of everything that was so horrible. That was so horrible. Summer don't ever have to feel any of the pain, the misery, or anything that she felt before. She don't have to endure any evilness upon this world ever again. She don't have to go through no pain, no shame, no anything here on this earth. Summer's where we all want to be one day. And her brothers, they're in a place right now where, well, they're getting treated like real human beings and they're learning to be real human beings in this world.
Amen.
And hopefully they can, move on and live a normal life. And I pray that Summer's found. I pray she's found, not just because, not just so she could be laid to rest, be laid to rest in peace like she deserves to be. But I want her found because I know she wants to help her brothers even further than she already has. She wants to let them know that they had nothing to do with what happened to her. She wants the truth told so they can live a normal life for the rest of their
Absolutely.
life, a life that she didn't ever get to live. And
And
that's
we know that they didn't have nothing to do with it, and nothing that
yes,
those
we
two
do,
or
but they
three are.
don't.
Yeah,
We know it.
nothing those three are gonna say that is gonna make us believe that. We know better.
You know, the point being is we know those boys had nothing to do with it, but those boys don't know. They don't know because Don and Candace already instilled it upon their heads. Candace saying, "What did you guys do?" And Don lying, saying the one boy, supposed to went in the basement with her and all this and didn't. And I mean, those parents made them feel guilty.
Yeah,
Those
they're evil.
parents the boy didn't say, she asked me to go to the basement and I didn't know. Don and Candace said she came in, she must have went to the base. Why didn't one of you go down there? Why didn't you go down there? And they picked the middle boy. Why didn't you go? Why wasn't you watching? Because they were always making him watch over her. If you notice in all the pictures, the middle boy was always the one watching Summer, always being the guardian over Summer. The youngest one got to do what he wanted to do. The oldest did what he wanted to do, but the middle boy was always getting saddled with watching Summer. And that's who they wanted to blame the most. And they did. And and Summer wants her brothers to live a normal life, especially the middle one. And
Right.
and but they're not going to be able to until she's found and they get the real truth of what happened to her so that they can move forward and live life normally. You know, and because that seed's already been planted, in them in their heads, and no one has any proof to remove it.
Right.
And they're going to need proof for it to be removed. So, that's what we got to keep trying to do. We got to keep pushing forward, and we got to keep praying to God that, one of these people that knows something breaks and tells it all, so that, not just Summer can be free, but also all of her brothers can be free as well. Summer can be free to be, buried and put to rest righteously, and, and know everything's okay. And her brothers will be able to visit her up and know they had nothing to do with it, and they can live free too. They all need to just be free. And, hopefully God answers our prayers, right? Hopefully He answers our prayers. And we're just going to have to keep praying until, till that comes to light. So there's nothing else we can do. Keep her pictures out here. Make these evil, sorry mother freakers that all had something to do with this have to keep looking at her. Make them keep having to hear about her every day, see her every day, until maybe they break and they actually tell the truth and what's conspired, so that everyone can move forward and just, live in peace. That's all anyone wants. That's all everybody's wanting. And, hopefully God allows that to happen for us all. But we'll keep moving forward, doing what we can do. And I'm just sorry that another little girl that sounds like she's in as bad a situation as Summer was. I'm so sorry that she didn't get the help that she could have gotten, because people failed her. People failed her. And like they did Summer. Summer was always getting failed, and that little girl got failed again too. I don't know why people keep failing these children. I'm so sorry that they do, but they do.
Well, let's just pray that change happens within the next 24 hours. And if that goes the way I pray it does, then I can do what I need to do to start making complaints on the way things are handled in Tennessee.
Right.
And start getting some things moved in Tennessee. That's what I'm waiting for.
Right. I don't know, girl. I don't know, I don't know.
All I can do is pray, PG. All I can do is pray.
That's all any of us can do at this point. Law enforcement dropped the fucking ball. They always dropping the fucking ball. They're always dropping the ball. And, and they don't know how, they fumble and they can't pick it back up, and it just seems to lay there. And I don't know why. This world's getting really evil, girl. It's a really evil place to be. The Bible talks about in the end of time it's going to be like the days of Noah. Well, we're already there.
Yeah, we are. VM, because we have Elijah's body, and we also have evidence to link Jesse to placing Elijah's body, along with other circumstantial evidence to prove neglect resulting in death for both of the parents.
Elijah Vu.
Yes.
Yeah. His case was terrible too. His case was absolutely terrible. Beautiful little boy. We covered him a lot. We covered Elijah a lot. Other channels didn't cover him too much. We covered him pretty good.
Right.
he was another one. He, like little Quentin, captured our hearts, right? And little fella
Yes.
captured our hearts just like Quentin. He was such a beautiful baby. I don't know why these people want to destroy children instead of give them away to someone who would truly love them and give them a life. I think these parents are like Don and Candace Wells. I think these parents don't want anyone else to have these children because they're jealous of their child having a better
Yeah.
life than they ever will have, right? Don and
Yeah.
Candace are very jealous of those kids, of the boys having a life now that they couldn't fucking give them and they didn't have, Don and Candace had pretty good lives. If you look at Don, the pictures of Don growing up, he had a pretty damn good life. It seems like he was a spoiled fucking brat that got away with everything. And Candace seemed to be the same way, right? She was dressed
Yes.
nice and, her photos and everything. Her and her sisters were always dressed real nice. They seemed to had quite a bit. And they seemed to be pretty cared about. And they were just, out of control. And, and sucking it for all they could in every direction um, that they could do it in. And
Right.
Don and Candace both ended up being, substance abusers and alcoholic pieces of crap that totally and utterly failed their children. And, because they can't care about no one but their damn selves the way they have their whole life. They've always messed over on everyone, and they messed over on their own children as well. You know, they're monsters. They're the true meaning of a monster, an evil fucking human being. And,
Yep.
you know, and that's why they have no problem, not looking into it or even thinking about this being summer because they know where summer's at. They know
Yep.
exactly what happened to summer. And and God knows it too. And the main thing is God knows. That's it. That's God knows. And that's the only one that needs to know because that's who's going to judge their asses at some point. And I'm glad to know that.
Yes.
You know, I
I
mean,
just, I,
I'm sure
I,
we'd be all be a lot more upset, girl. But we all know that there is a God, that He is a judge, and that the Wells will be judged by Him, no matter what, regardless of what law enforcement does here. They're going to meet the real maker. They're going to meet the real lawmaker and judge. And I'm going to tell you, hell is hot. Hell is
yeah, they're not going to find it funny when they're sitting in hell and crying that they wish they would have done things differently.
I'm going to tell you, I don't like the way Candace talks about Summer. I don't like the way,
Mm-mm.
I just don't like the way her nonchalant, non-fucking caring way of talking about Summer. She's a real bitch when it comes to her own daughter, right? She's just a real bitch.
Makes me sick.
And I don't understand that. I don't understand it. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here for the night, girl. I'm going to call it a night and head out of here um and let's just hope. I'm going to contact TBI. I'm going to contact law enforcement and and see if they are pursuing the case upon this child. Pursuing it if and if other agencies are pursuing it or not. Do they believe that this child's going to get the help that found and the help that it's going to need? I am going to call. I'm going to inquire on all of this tomorrow because I just have a need to know. I just have a need to know.
Right.
Um,
Well, yeah.
And I think we have a right to know. I think we are invested enough. We have every damn right to know everything. Our tax dollars are paying. Our tax dollars pay for law enforcement to do what they do. And, and we're all invested in all of this. And, you know, as citizens of the United States, we have a right to know what's going on in our country, especially with missing little children and children being, you know, abused and in bad situations. We have every damn right to know. And I want to know. So I'm going to be contacting, I'm going to get in touch and I'm going to be asking some questions. So I'll let you all know how that turns out.
Well, you have them on the phone, ask them what's going on with Summer.
I'm going to trust me, girl. I'll be getting, I'm very angry about this. This shit has kept me awake. It's kept me awake.
Don't let it do that because you need your rest. You don't let it eat at you like that, Pidgey, because you got to take care of you first. You can't push forward if you're not taking care of you.
I just don't see how people could be so on fucking caring in this world.
I know.
I don't know.
You got to put it in God's hands.
I don't know how you can destroy a child and motherfucking go on living nonchalant. You know?
I don't know either. I
don't know how people do things like this. And
all I know how to do is catch them. And I don't know. Law enforcement did their job better.
I'm going to tell you, cowards ain't getting into heaven, girl. A coward ain't getting into heaven.
Absolutely not.
You could go ahead and save your fucking self. But one day you'll wish you'd have saved others and not worry. Because I'm going to tell you, when you're saving others, God's going to save you anyway. You didn't need to worry. You know, just you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. I mean, they had an opportunity to help this little girl and they failed her completely.
Yes.
And, you know, it just feels like reliving Summer's case all over again.
The first thing they should have done is call law enforcement. That is the first thing they should have done.
They was too worried about saving their own asses. They just wanted those people out. They just wanted those people gone, you know, and didn't care about that child. They didn't care. They was worried about saving their own ass, not the child's backside. And, you know, that shit just don't sit right with me. And then to come out and act like you're some kind of fucking hero, fuck you.
Right.
I can't handle this shit.
To collect money off her back? No.
Unbelievable. Listen, girl, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm
gonna pray for you.
Girl. Don't pray for me. Pray for that little girl.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do that too.
Help the one that didn't get none. Pray for her.
I'm gonna do that too. I can handle both.
That's who I'm praying for. I really am. I always tell people, girl, you know, I appreciate all the prayers that people send up for me and mine, but please, you know, pray for these kids. Pray for these kids first. Always pray for them first.
I talk to the Lord all the time. He hears me all the time.
Yeah. So. I often said, if I didn't get into heaven, it's just because God don't want to hear my voice anymore.
That's what I say.
That's the truth.
I said he's probably sick of hearing me.
Right. Listen, girl, it was good you came up tonight. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I really do. It was nice having somebody up here and hanging out. This is over fucking whelming. It's really overwhelming. You know, it's overwhelming that the little girl's not Summer, but she didn't get the help. She's in this as bad a situation, and it feels like I'm reliving it twice. And, you know, and little Summer, you know, her parents come out and clearly clarify that they fucking know it's not her, because they know, just like they knew she wasn't out in the woods, they knew that wasn't her. I mean, they know. They just keep telling us everything they don't know, just keeps telling us that they do know what
Right.
happened. And, and all their actions point to they know what happened too. Don driving the other vehicle, firing his coworker to blame her. I mean, it was all premeditated, fucking carried out and done. And it's just a damn shame they're getting away with it. It's a shame that they're getting away with what the fuck they did, in my opinion. And it's sickening. It's just damn sickening. Makes you want to puke, right? Makes you want
Very
to
much
puke.
so.
Right now it makes me, I just got to get off of here, because like I said, this shit ain't sitting right with me. It's not sitting right
Mhm.
at all.
Play Summer's song, and we're gonna pray.
Amen. Listen, everybody, as I go out every night, I don't leave here until I ask you, please, please, please. There was over 300 people in here tonight. We got 216 left. 216. And God knew that before it ever happened. But the 216 that's here, God kept your feet here for a reason. You were chosen to pray for these children tonight. You were the ones chosen to hear PG say, please, please, please pray for these babies. In the name of Jesus Christ. Keep the prayers going up for Summer. Keep them going up for this little girl now. A new little girl that we got to worry about. Send the prayers up for her. Let us pray law enforcement finds them. The little girl gets the help she needs. In the name of Jesus Christ. Keep the prayers going up for Sebastian. Keep them going up for Michael Vaughn. Keep them going up for all these little kids who are getting justice right now, like Quentin, Elijah Vu, and so many more. There's so many more. The Megan Boswell case is coming up in December. Let us continue to pray for all of these children. Let us continue to pray for one another as well. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
That God has chosen all of you to be the prayer warriors tonight. So if I was you, I'd be listening to God. I'd be listening. I'd be afraid not to. So please be sending the prayers up for all of them. And PG is going to say, God bless. God bless. Much love and good night, everybody.